Feeling that cost of living crunch? Labara are here to help.
All I want is great customer service and network, but for less.
That's why Labara gives you 15 gigabytes of 5G data and unlimited UK minutes and text for just £10 a month. Plus, no contract, change or cancel anytime.
An excellent customer service.
So what's stopping you joining the bill-busting revolution? Labara. More for less.
Half is fake, but everybody's singing along. It's okay, we'll all soon be gone. Hey, what's the matter with the bright red lights? Hey, in the moment when the world went blind.
Hello, good morning and welcome to day 3 of these British Summer Championships 2023. We're here live from Ponsforge, Sheffield. The pool is looking very nice indeed. Already seen a lot of action, but still plenty more to come. I'm Liz Johnson, here I am. Hey everybody, this is my little hope for the week and I will be bringing you the action this morning. We have actually 2 heat sessions today. Someone's here, not quite clear enough to see in it, but there you go. Day 3 heats, the first set of 2 sessions. This morning's first session, we'll see the men's 200 meters butterfly, the women's 100 meters backstroke, men's multi-class and women's multi-class 100 backstroke. Then we'll have the men's 100 backstroke. So it's a backstroke day before we go on to the women's 200 breaststroke, the multi-class 50 butterflies, and then the women's 200 individual medley will round out this morning's session. Then we will be back at 1 o'clock for the women's 800 meters freestyles, and they will be heat declared winner. That's all of the action coming up. It's a long one today. We'll have finals at 5 p.m. as is going to be standard for the remainder of the week. But you'll be treated to some extra heat sessions as we go, as we just wait for the officials to be introduced in the venue before we see our first set of swimmers coming out. And here are those first set of swimmers. It's the men's 200 meters butterfly. There will be 12 heats. 3 pages it spans over. And this will be heat number 1. As I mentioned, there will be 12 heats. We will be using over-the-top starts. This is your start list for heat number 1. We have 4 swimmers. All of these swimmers will be swimming in the 14-15 age group category. And that is our first swimmers of the day, away under the starter's signal. And in lane 3, it's Ralph Sarecki of Mount Kelly Swimming. Lane 4, Oliver Smith of Middlesbrough Swimming Club. In lane 5, Jensen Owen, City of Sheffield Swim Squad. And in lane 6, it's Jack Kears of Teddington. We've been treated some very fast swims in the early heats so far this week. And whilst these athletes all come in with very similar entry times. In fact, Sareki and Kiers have exactly the same entry time, but Sareki has taken this out quickly, 28.37 for him at the first 50. The man from Mount Kelly, closest to us. Going well down at his first 100 metres. As mentioned, he has exactly the same time as Jack Kiers at the top of your picture, and only 1/10 of a second separated the two swimmers in the middle. But at the halfway turn, it is Sareki of Mount Kelly, 101.47. Owen, 102.14 in lane 5 for Sheffield, turned second. And now there is a battle between Owen and Smith in lanes 4 and 5. Sareki, can he hold on to that impressive start? He's got about a body length lead as we come into this final turn. Sareki turning there, 135.99. And now it is Oliver Smith who gets that touch for second at that final turn. Less than 0.2 of a second ahead of Jensen Owen. Sareki looking good here. He started with intent. I said we've seen some impressive times. Better in their personal bests in these early heats, especially over the course of the week. So let's watch that clock. An entry time of 2:17.54. And Ralph Sareki has gone 2:11.82. Oliver Smith there, 2:14.76, 2:16.30 for Jensen Owen. All three of those swimmers inside their entry times, with Jack Kiers there rounding that out in 2:19.52. There are your official results. They are now confirmed of heat number 1. So your start list for heat number 2 of the men's 200 metres butterfly. As the swimmers get away cleanly, it's lane 0 is Alan Paramanzo of Maidenhead. In lane 1, Hayden Annan, Royal Tunbridge Wells of Monson. Lane 2, Oscar Bellinger, Salisbury Stingrays. In lane 3, it's Thomas Goldup, Dover Lifeguard Swimming Club. In lane 4, Rufus Bennett goes for the City of Peterborough. In lane 5, Alessandro Donofrio for Mount Kelly Swimming. In lane 6, Matthew Scott, Newcastle Swim Team. In lane 7, it's Hugh Mason-Williams of City of Birmingham. In lane 8, Kian Lee, City of Peterborough. And in lane 9, Oscar Goldsmith, South Links Competitive Swimming Club. Turning first at that 50 is Rufus Bennett. In lane 4, in that blue hat of City of Peterborough. Also going well down the bottom in lane 1 is Hayden Annan. And trying to go with him 1 lane up is Bellinger of Salisbury. As they turn at the halfway point, Bennett is in the lead, 102.11 for him. Annan currently in second position, just 8/100ths ahead of Bellinger. As they now start to claw in the early leader. And at the top of the picture, the top half of the pool starting to make their way back into this as well. Mason Williams from City of Birmingham in lane 7, going well on this third length. And it will be Bellinger that hits the front of the final turn. Annan still in second position. Bennett dropped down to 5th. And it is Hugh Mason-Williams in third position for Birmingham. He's the top of those 4 swimmers. You can see going well. But Bellinger's attacked this. Going with him is Annan. Those two in a fight, and it does look like Mason-Williams at the top of the shot might hold on here for a position in the top 3. As we stop the clock there, Bellinger stops the clock, 2:13.70 in first position in that heat. Not only did Hugh Mason-Williams hold on, he finished strongly to touch in second. And Hayden Annan, third position in that heat. There's a strong swim there from Oscar Bellinger. Came in with a time of 2:15.67 to go 2:13.70. There are your official results of heat number 2. Heat number 3, and with a strong reaction time in lane 0 for Swim West Lothian, it's Callum Sinclair. In lane 1, Joshua Shepherd, Thurrock Swimming Club. Lane 2, Eden Rowe, Northampton Swimming Club. In lane 3, Max Elmocardam, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. In lane 4, Samuel Sutcliffe, Ramsbottom Swimming Club. In lane 5, Daniel Cudaverde, Stockport Metro. In 6, it's William Gowler, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In lane 7, Ethan Walker, Cheadle Staffson District. In lane 8, it's Oliver Crooks, Bolton Metro Swimming. And in lane 9, Yasin Salmani, Barnet Coptal. Joshua Shepherd of lane 1, taking that out quickly. First 50 metres. You can see him leading the way there, also going well. In lane number 4 is Sutcliffe. And up in lane number 6, Gowler. They are your race leaders as we go into the 100-metre turn. Sam Sutcliffe, they're just getting the touch at the halfway point, 101.20 for him. Shepherd in second position at that turn, and Gowler in third. Here we see Sutcliffe going very well. And Gowler trying to get on level terms with him, coming through. Well, one lane down from Sutcliffe is El McCardam of Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. Some of these swimmers had a busy programme already, and we're only on day 3, and Max El McCardam has a superb third 50 there, 33.32 he split for that one, to turn first at the final turn. As he looks to build through that speed and carry him home. Sam Sutcliffe still going well in lane 4. Also going well down at the bottom is Callum Sinclair, finishing strongly in lane 0, but it will be El Mukadam that takes the touch on this one, to 10.62 for him, to 11.18 for Sutcliffe, and to 11.49 for Cudaverde. They are your top 3. Those top 3 all swimming in the same age group as well. There are your official results for heat number 3. As with other events, these heats are time banded, and then the age group finals will be separated on completion of the heats this morning. This is your start list for the men's 200 butterfly, heat number 4. In lane 0, Jack Jenkinson goes for Skipton Swimming Club. In lane 1, Luke Critchlow, Stockport Metro. In lane 2, Miles Kinlan, City of Sheffield. 3 is Daniel Fielder, Gloucester City. Lane 4 is Charlie Toms, Maxwell. Lane 5, Joshua Robinson, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In lane 6, Gabriel Shepherd, City of Leeds. In lane 7, Jack Orman, Wickham District. In lane 8, Lawrence Elliott, Seagull Swimming Club. And in lane 9, it's Oliver Smith of Basingstoke Bluefins. Turning first in lane 0, at the bottom of your screen, Jack Jenkinson. 28.28 for him. Manning your shot there. Miles Kinlan, City of Sheffield, going well now as he looks to hit the front just about. He's got a challenge from Jack Allman in lane 7 in that green hat of Wickham at the top of the pool as the swimmers in the middle try to come through. At the halfway turn, it is Kinlan 101.14. Robinson only in second position, and still at the bottom of your screen, Jack Jenkinson holding on to that third place at the moment. But here comes the charge from the swimmers in those centre lines marked by the yellow lane ropes. However, the home swimmer, Miles Kinlan, he wants to win this heat. He turns final turn 134.35, split 33.21 there. Strong third 50 from Kinlan. Behind him, the swimmers start to line up, still going well. Down the bottom of the pool in lane 0 is Jenkinson. After that fast first 50, but coming through in lane 6, Gabriel Shepherd for the City of Leeds. Already been in medal-winning form this week. He finishes strongly, but it was Kinlan that took that one, 2:09.92. Came in with a time of 2:14.09. So phenomenal swim from him this morning. Shepherd also coming in on 2:14 to go 2:10. Those swimmers in different age groups. There are your results for heat number 4. Charlie Tom's taking the third position in that one. This is your start list for the men's 200 meters butterfly, heat number 5. In lane 0, it's Nikita Charakin, Thurrock Swimming Club. In lane 1, Finlay Club, Aberdeen Dolphins. In lane 2, Thomas Woomfinden, City of Leeds. In lane 3, Charlie Rounce, Leamington Spa. In 4, it's Zach Troman, Team Ipswich. In 5, it's Oliver Greaves, Hurricane. In lane 6, Oliver Silver, Radford. In lane 7, Matthew Just, City of Leeds. In lane 8, Louis Thorne, City of Bristol. In lane 9, Jake Chesworth of Maxwell. Again, we get our first 50 led out by lane 0. That's Charakin, turning in 27.43. And Club in lane 1 was second. Just half a second behind him. The outside lane's going well. Here we've got an inverted V in this pool at the moment. Lane 0's Charakin leading the way. Going very well at the top of the pool is Chesworth from Maxwell. But it will be Charakin that turns first, 59.76 for him at the halfway point. Woomfinden coming through to touch second at that turn for Leeds, and Chesworth at the top there in the third position at the turn. But now the athletes at the bottom half of the pool looking to try and make their way through. Woomfinden looking very strong in here. He's one of two swimmers in the 14-15 age group in this one. Woomfinden and Matthew Just in lane 7. Both from the City of Leeds, both wearing those yellow hats, and it is Woomfinden that turns first at the final turn. Charakin going very well, still at the bottom of the pool. Charakin in the 17-year age group. Battle now between Finlay Club and Woomfinden in lanes 2 and 3, but Charakin, he took it out strongly from the bottom of the pool and he delivered. Looking very happy with that swim. Came in on a 2:13.77 to go a 2:10.2. They are your official results of the men's 200 butterfly, heat number 5. This is your start list for men's 200 butterfly, heat number 6. In lane 0, it's Angelo Gianni Contini of Newcastle Swim Team. In 1, it's Harry Chandler of the Royal Wolverhampton School. 2, Tom Hawkins, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. Lane 3, Dante Sino, Barnet Coptal. Lane 4, it's Thomas Studridge of Millfield. In lane 5, Marco Roberts, Hackney Aquatics. In lane 6, Dominic Simpson, Nuneaton and Bedworth. 7, it's Samuel Grimes, Wigan Best. Lane 8, Samuel Lander, Mount Kelly. And lane 9, James Burnett of Warren de Bards. Lane 1 turns first, that's Chandler, in a time of 27.82. Just 7/100ths ahead of Lander up in lane 8 for Mount Kelly. There's a couple of battles going on here. We can see one there in lanes 0, 1, 2 between Gianni Contini, Chandler and Hawkins, but also at the top between Grimes and Lander. It looks like it will be Grimes at the halfway turn. No, it's Samuel Lander just, there we go. He turns in 1:59, just ahead of Grimes. And then it is Gianni Contini down at the bottom who turned in the 3rd position. So the race coming from all over the pool here at the moment. As the swimmers in the middle start to try and work their way through the field. Hawkins going well there in lane 2. But at the top of the pool, it is Samuel Lander, Mount Kelly Swimming, who turns onto the final 50 in the lead. 133.89 after a 33.30 split for him. He is your race leader. But as we pan out, we will see how the action is unfolding. Gianni Contini still going very well from down in lane 0. But it will be Samuel Lander of Mount Kelly Swimming to take that one on the touch. 2:07.96, he gets the touch. Gianni Contini in second on that heat. And then Thomas Studridge with that strong finish for Millfield, 50 split of 34.18. Only Lander went quicker than him on that last 50. These early heats living up to the hype. As I said, we've seen a lot of improvements from the heats so far across the program, and they haven't disappointed here this morning either. They are your official results of the men's 200 meters butterfly, heat number 6. This is your start list for heat number 7. In lane 0, Fraser Tetlow goes for Geary. In lane 1, it's Matthew McKillen of Incas. In lane 2, Matthew Aldred, Watford. 3 is Oliver Jones of Poole. Lane 4, Luke Brussels, City of Manchester. In lane 5, George Moore, City of Leicester. In lane 6, Joshua Burkle, Sutton-on-Cheam. In lane 7, it's James Froggatt, City of Birmingham. Lane 8, Justin Christie of Leatherhead. And in lane 9, Davy Unwin, City of Manchester. Turning first is Aldred, 27.34, ahead of Moore in lane 5. And Froggatt in lane 7. So once again, the race pretty spread out across the pool. Going well. There it is in lane number 2, Matthew Aldred. He looks strong in these first 100 meters. He will touch at the halfway point, 59.65. George Moore in second position, James Froggatt in third position. That is your 1, 2, 3 at the halfway stage. George Moore looking strong, looking like he's building here. He's clawing back our early leader, Aldred. Also going well. The City of Birmingham is Froggatt up there in lane 7. And working hard to try and come through. Between those two swimmers is Burkle in lane 6. But it's Moore that turns first with 1 lap to go. Ahead of Aldred and Froggatt. They are still your top 3. But will that early pace, can they hold that early pace? Will the field come back at them? Froggatt looks like he is finishing very strongly indeed in that white hat of Birmingham. And it will be James Froggatt, the 18-year-old from the City of Birmingham, to touch first. 2:07.44 for him. George Moore, 2:08.64. And then Matthew Aldred, 2:09.62. There are your official results of the heat number 7 of the men's 200 meters butterfly, confirming that James Froggatt touched first for City of Birmingham. This is heat number 8, men's 200 meters butterfly, your start list. In 0, it's Jack Brown of Soundwell. In lane 1, Matthew Hamilton, Plymouth Leander. In 2, it's Aidan Orpin, Sutton and Cheam. Lane 3, Samuel Pyfinch, Maxwell. Lane 4, Ethan Stubbs Green, Millfield. Lane 5, Luke McGee, Northumberland and Durham Performance. Lane 6, Thomas Flynn, Barnet Copthall. In lane 7, Maxwell Adams, Team Bath. In lane 8, James Kay, Barnet Copthall. And in lane 9, Wongsakorn Patsaman of Plymouth Leander. Turning first again in lane 0, Brown, down at the bottom of your screen. Turns in 27.52. Pyfinch was in second position and Adams in third after that first turn. But now coming through for Maxwell, Pyfinch looks like he wants to touch at the halfway stage in that first position. Looks like that's going to happen. So he turns in a time of 59.97 ahead of Orpin, ahead of Brown, down in lane 0, still going very well. But at the top of the pool, Patsaman, Plymouth Leander, that silver cap, going on a charge. He's just about to come into your shot. There he is. He's trying to get back on terms with the battle that's happening in lanes 2 and 3 between Orpin and Pyfinch. And it will be Pyfinch to touch first into the final turn. Just half a second ahead of Aidan Orpin of Sutton and Cheam. You can see them really stroke for stroke, shoulder to shoulder, also going well. Stubbs Green of Millfield in that green hat, trying to come through strongly. Right at the top of your screen, we did say Patsaman, he's going well there. But it will be this battle in lanes 2 and 3. Who's it going to be? Samuel Pyfinch getting the touch by 18/100ths of a second over Aidan Orpin. And Jack Brown holding on for the third place touch in that one from down in lane 0. Just 0.17 ahead of the fast finishing Patsaman. There are your official results of heat number 8 for men's 200 meters butterfly. Here is your start list for men's 200 meters butterfly, heat number 9. In lane 0, Raheel Mahmood goes for Romford Town. In lane 1, Samuel Cook of Corby. In lane 2, it's Johan Cressy Rogers of Novia Sogar. In lane 3, Nathan Chapman, Mount Kelly Swimming. In lane 4, Jay Manners, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 5, it's Rico Bridgman, South Links Competitive Swimming Club. In lane 6, James Robinson, City of Leeds. In lane 7, James Ross, City of Salford. In lane 8, Isaac Buchan, Northumberland and Durham Performance. And in lane 8, it's Kieran Lennox of University of Aberdeen Performance. Turning first up in lane 9, this time it is Lennox. And the University of Aberdeen, the man in your shot right now, he's got about a body length lead over the swimmers chasing him. They're all pretty much in a line behind him. Starting to come through is Mount Kelly's Nathan Chapman. And going with him, one lane closer to us, it is Cressy Rogers. Turning first, still up the top there, it's Lennox at the halfway stage, 59.96. Chapman turns second, and Buchan getting the turn for third at the halfway stage. Your early race leader, Lennox, is still out in front, but he's holding off the challenge that is coming from Nathan Chapman in lane 3 of Mount Kelly, who looks like he might be carrying that speed into the final turn to touch first. Well, that's exactly what happened, 133.66 for Chapman. Lennox touched in second, and Jay Manners in lane 4 in third position. As we enter the final 25 metres, the man from Mount Kelly, Chapman, looks very strong indeed. Buchan comes up on the shoulder of Lennox. Coming through in lane 4, Jay Manners. Danger all at the back of the pool, but no doubt about who's going to get this touch. It will be Chapman to take this heat. 2:06.98. Came in with a time of 2:08.42. So great swim there from Nathan. There are your official results of heat number 9. This is your start list for the men's 200 butterfly, heat number 10. In lane 0, it's Scott Fleming of East Kilbride. In 1, Cole Hewitt, City of Sheffield. 2, Aaron Fox, City of Sheffield. 3, No Swimmer. 4, Ruben Robotham Keating, City of Manchester. Lane 5, Antonio Rodriguez, Swansea University. In lane 6, Archie Minto, City of Bradford. In lane 7, Tom Robinson, University of Aberdeen. In lane 8, Albert Branch, Seven Oaks. And in lane 9, Peter Allen, University of Stirling. Robotham Keating getting the touch at the first 50. The 18-year-old from the City of Manchester turned in 27.05 ahead of Hewitt and Fox down in lanes 2 and 3. The City of Sheffield teammates also going well, one lane up from Robotham Keating is Rodriguez of Swansea University. As we go into the 100 metres turn, it's very tight at the top. The touch going to Hewitt, 58.12. 5/100ths ahead of Rodriguez, who's ahead of Robotham Keating, with Aaron Fox in hot pursuit. But that turn has made the difference, and going well is Rodriguez of Swansea University in that green hat in lane 5. He is now your race leader in this one. Though Hewitt gets the touch at the turn. So it's sometimes about how you carry that speed into the wall. And it was Hewitt that picked up the pace. The momentum is with him. Robotham Keating trying to fight to stay with these swimmers, but now the gap is opening up slightly. The fast finish there from Fox of Sheffield, but Antonio Rodriguez of Swansea is going to take this heat. He does so in a time of 2:02.28. Robotham Keating came through for the second position, 2:03.81, and that fast finish of Aaron Fox was rewarded with a 2:04.47 to just touch out his teammate and Tom Robinson of the University of Aberdeen. There are your results of heat number 10. And your start list for heat number 11 is on the screen. In lane 0, it's Samuel Ryan, Mount Kelly Swimming. Lane 1, Dominic Morgan, Leatherhead. Lane 2, James Cleaver, Beckenham. Lane 3, Charlie Broom, City of Leeds. Lane 4, Thomas Bealey, University of Aberdeen. Lane 5, Andrew Bertoli, University of Stirling. In 6, it's Rhys Edwards, Swansea University. In lane 7, Isaac Dodds, University of Bath. In lane 8, Brodie Gordon-Gibson, Warren de Bars. And in lane 9, Henry Gray, Chelsea and Westminster. Turning first, it's Bealey in that centre lane, lane 4. And there's a tie for the second place touch at the first 50. Broom and Bertoli either side of Bealey. So very close at the front of the field. Also going well is Edwards from Swansea University. He's having a very good second 50 here. But at the turn, leading the way, it will be University of Aberdeen's Bealey. From Edwards, from Bertoli, with Broom not far behind. Going well at the top of the pool from Warren de Bath is Gordon Gibson. But still holding on out front. Bealey of Aberdeen. Nothing really to choose from the swimmers in 5 and 6. That's Bertoli and Edwards. As Bertoli starts to break away. It's all about this turn here. Bealey had a good turn, used that underwater well. He's about just over a body length ahead of the chasing swimmers. The yellow hat of Charlie Broom trying to get in on the action in these final 15 metres. But no doubt about who's going to take this heat out. That attack at the front has been rewarded. Bealey goes 1:59.94. Charlie Broom gets the second place touch, and Andrew Bertoli the third place touch. All three of those swimmers in the 19 and over years category. Here are your results of heat number 11. That was our penultimate heat. So we move on to the final heat of the men's 200 meters butterfly heat 12. This is your start list. In lane 0, David Annis goes for the Royal Wolverhampton School. In 1, it's Llewellyn Porter, Camden Switch Cottage. In 2, Martine Balsini, New Women University of East London. Lane 3, James Woodward, Hatfield. In 4, it's Joshua Gammon, University of Bath. In 5, Patrick Braddock, Swansea University. In 6, James Shevchenko, the Royal Wolverhampton School. In 7, it's Thomas Samsom, Loughborough University. In 8, Ruben Vizda, City of Sheffield Swim Squad. And in lane 9, Riccardo Lucarelli, Mount Kelly Swimming. Gammon is leading the way after 50 meters, but he's got plenty of company from the swimmers around him. Going well at the top in lane number 7 is Thomas Sansom of Loughborough University. Also going well in lane 3, Woodward of Hatfield. And it's Sansom that gets a touch at the halfway stage, 57.9 for him. Joshua Gammon touches in second position with Patrick Braddock in third and James Woodward in fourth. Thomas Sansom, top of your screen, third from the top. Going well down this third 50 meters. As ever, this turn is going to be vital. Good underwater there from lane 4. Joshua Gammon using that underwater well. There we focus on lane 7. That is Thomas Sansom. Coming through in that Swansea University hat. Braddock in the middle, going very, very well. Gammon trying to go with him. And it is going to come down to the final few strokes. It will be Patrick Braddock to take the touch, 2:02.62, 0.3 ahead of Joshua Gammon, with James Woodward of Hatfield coming through well. The fastest last 50 of the race to get that third position touch. There are your official results of the men's 200 meters butterfly, heat number 12. We just see the backstroke start wedges getting placed in position now, as we will be moving on to the women's 100 meters backstroke heats. Once again, there will be 12 of these. Our first set of swimmers are patiently waiting behind the block. There is your start list for women's 100 meters backstroke, heat number 1. In lane 1, it's Emma J. Ranson, Derby XL. In lane 2, Erin Barber, Newmarket and District. In lane 3, Iris Hurst, Warrington Warriors. In lane 4, Lily Rose Carr, City of Lincolnshire, Pentaqua. In lane 5, Margarita Stominova, Newman University of East London. In 6, Nell Carter, Harrogate District. In lane 7, Tumininu Makinde, Millfield. And in lane 8, it's Katie Ray of City of Coventry. Turning first in lane number 6, it is Carter. She turns in a time of 32.72, just 7/100ths ahead of Stominova. One lane closer to us. And at the bottom of the picture, it was Ranson who turned in third position. But now going strongly in the middle of the pool. In lane 4, Lily Rose Carr, having a great second 50 meters here. She looks like she's coming through. It'll come down to the touch. She finishes well and she'll take that one. 108.46. Full car from Lincoln. Second goes to Hurst of Warrington Warriors. And third in that one to Stominova. That was heat number 1. And there are your official results of the women's 100 backstroke heat number 1.
Let's go, Lily!
Here is your start list for the women's 100 meters backstroke heat number 2.
Lily!
In lane 0, it's Scarlett Shepherd for Guildford City. In lane 1, Edith Hamilton, Bracknell and Wokingham. In lane 2, Eve Wood, Orkney. In 3, it's Megan Titchener, Torvine Dolphins. In 4, Lily Whittingham, Plymouth Leander. In 5, it's Eloise Cole, Modernian. In 6, Isabel Hatton-Ellis, City of Swansea Aquatics. In 7, Anna Hoodie, Mount Kelly. In 8, it's Alicia Bethel, Wickham District. And in lane 9, Nicole Maynard, Basildon and Phoenix. In lane 5's Cole gets her feet to the wall first, 32.32 for her. Down in lane 0, Shepherd turned second. And then in lane 2, Wood turned in third position. Now Wood and Titchener starting to make their move. On our early leader, Cole. Also going well still at the bottom is Scarlett Shepherd of Guildford City in lane 0. All eyes on the finish here. Will be Cole. 107.69 from Titchener, 107.72. And Scarlett Shepherd getting that third place touch. 108.34. Shepherd, the youngest in that race. She's 13 years old, the swimmer from Guildford City. There are the results of heat number 2, women's 100 meters backstroke. Here's your start list for heat number 3 of the women 100 meters backstroke. Swimmers just being asked to relax for a second. As we swap out one of the backstroke starting wedges. In 0, it's Lydia Cordell of Repton Swimming. In 1, Lily O'Neill, Stockport Metro. In 2, Hannah Murphy, Maidstone. In lane 3, Charlotte Jezzard, City of Bristol. In 4, it's Megan Donovan, City of Peterborough. In 5, Erin Gent of Repton Swimming. In 6, Rachel Webb, Bassetlaw Swim Squad. In 7, Amelia Cheshick, Northampton Swimming Club. In 8, it's Eva Dwuffer-Clark, Swim Gwynedd. And in lane 9, it's Grace Robinson, St. Felix School. Turning first in lane number 1, it is Lily O'Neill of Stockport Metro. She turns in a time of 31.69 ahead of Murphy, 1 lane up from her. Now again, in the middle of the pool, turned third. Still going well is Lily O'Neill, but at the top of the pool also having a go is Dweeva Clark in lane 8. But it will be O'Neill who led from start to finish in that one. Again, not too sure that that scoreboard graphic is correct. Plays tricks on me a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that Lily O'Neill of Stockport Metro did touch the wall first, so we'll just wait for those results to be confirmed. And there, on my screen, that has now been updated. On your screen, that has now been updated. There are the official results of heat number 3, and it was, in fact, Lily O'Neill, Stockport Metro, touching first in 106.58. Here is your start list for heat number 4 of the women's 100 meters backstroke. In lane 0, Grace Nichols of Pembrokeshire County Swimming. In lane 1, Zara Kraviak, East Lothian Swim Team. In 2, it's Darcy Smith of Portsmouth North Sea. In 3, Veronica Venuti, Chelsea and Westminster. 4 sees Rosie Forster, Warren de Bars. In lane 5, Clementine Lovell, Team Ipswich. In 6 is Ella Coombs, Basildon and Phoenix. In 7, Freya Coop of Poole. In lane 8, Megan Higgs of Millfield. And in lane 9, Jessica Huggins of Poole. Turning first up the top of the pool is Jessica Huggins of Poole, 31.57 for her, but a great turn there for Venuti in lane 3. We just caught a glimpse of that as they came off the wall. There she is, the white hat there of Chelsea and Westminster. Looks to be coming through strongly. One lane closer to us, Darcy Smith of Portsmouth North Sea has had many a strong finish this week already. Also finishing strongly was Ella Coombs, but the touch going to Jessica Huggins at the top of the pool, 107.29. Venuti, 107.32. Very close indeed, with Coombs getting the 3rd place, and then Darcy Smith finishing strongly for that 4th position touch. Smith, the first of the 13-year-olds in that one. As we receive the start list for the women's 100 meters backstroke, heat number 5. In lane 0, Cara Redford of Larkfield. In 1, it's Elizabeth Land, Newcastle Swim Team. In 2, Georgia Holgate, City of Cambridge. In 3, Mabel Hayes, Anaconda. In 4, Erin Stewart, Whitney and District. In lane 5, Hannah Morris, Leyland Barracudas. In 6, Charlotte Williams of Hatfield. In 7, Lily Grover, the Royal Wolverhampton School. In lane 8, Chloe Ridge, Wigan Best. And in lane 9, Melissa Meny of East Kilbride. Very close at the turn. Touch going to Williams in lane 6. Hatfield swimmer, but a great underwater there from Holgate in lane 2, the City of Cambridge swimmer, to get the advantage off that wall as we go into the final 25. Williams has got company from Grover, just one lane up from her. She starts to edge ahead. All eyes will be on this finish, and Grover looks to be finishing very quickly indeed at the top of the pool. And it will be Grover to touch in a 106.17. Williams touching second and Holgate touching third. There are your official results of heat number 5. This is your start list for heat number 6. In lane 0, Amber Rigg goes for Cockermouth. In lane 1, Emma Wood, City of Leeds. In 2, B. Jones, City of Leicester. In 3, it's Holly Widows, Mount Kelly Swimming. In lane 4, Halle Harris, Pool. In 5, it's Anna Uren, City of Bristol. In 6, Ella Justice, Mount Kelly. In 7, Evelyn Hallisey, Newcastle Swim Team. In 8, Isabel Mather, City of Cambridge. And in lane 9, Ashley Green of Repton. Going over first at the turn. In lane 5, it's Anna Uren, 31.54, head of Widows in 3, who touched exactly the same time as Rigg, 31.72, down in lane 0. So they were tied at the turn. It's pretty close here as well. Still going well is Widows. Charge comes from Emma Wood, lane 1, City of Leeds. Finishing strongly, but it looks like Widows still left 105.04. Take that touch. She's entered on a time of 106.53. Great swim for Widows. There are your official results of heat number 6. 3 swimmers under the 106 mark. Here's your start list for heat number 7. In lane 0, Eloise Howarth of Epsom District. In lane 1, Isabel Price, City of Birmingham. In 2, it's Eva Fear, Durham City. In lane 3, Millie Patterson, City of Swansea Aquatics. In 4, Holly Gilly, Northumberland and Durham. Performance. In 5, Catherine Williams, Wickham District. In 6, Millie Wells, City of Leicester. In 7, Tegan Matthews, Guildford City. In 8, it's Amara Radisson, Norwich Swans. And in lane 9, Martha Sell, City of Bristol. Turning first at the top of the pool, Martha Sell. Right there in lane 9, that blue hat of the City of Bristol leading the way, but already as we pan out we can see the attack coming from the middle of the pool, and lane 3's Patterson going very well, as is lanes 5 and 6, Williams and Wells. but going well right at the bottom of your pool. Price, City of Birmingham, lane number 1. Touch strongly once again. We will wait for that scoreboard to confirm all results. It's yet to update in venue, just sorting itself out. We will bring you those results as quickly as possible. It was indeed Isabel Price who touched first in a time of 1:06.00 from down at the bottom of the pool, finishing strongly there. She takes that one. That was heat number 7. They are your official results. So we move on now to heat number 8. In lane 0, Jessica Gable, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. In 1, Annabelle Compton, Wickham District. In 2, it's Vanessa Timanova, City of Peterborough. In lane 3, Kiana Kuertz, Warren de Bath. In 4, Evie Stockdale, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. In 5, Fionn Humphreys, Swim Gwynedd. In 6, Holly Marshall of Repton. In 7, Grace McDonald of Grantham. In 8, Amber Likely, Portsmouth North Sea. And in 9, Jessica Hum, Bracknell and Wokingham. Turning first at the top of the pool in lane 8, Likely of Portsmouth North Sea, just ahead of McDonald, 1 lane closer to us, and down in lane 0, it was Gable who turned third at the halfway point. Amber Likely looking strong here. She's about half a body length ahead of everyone else. As we come into the final stages of the race. Strong finishes in the middle of the pool. Amber Likely did do enough to set herself up for the victory in that heat. 104.45 for Likely. There are your official results. Likely, Marshall, McDonald, your top 3 in that heat. Here's your start list for heat number 9. In lane 0 for Tigers Swim Club Jersey, it's Megan Hansford. In 1, Lacey Roberts goes for Plymouth Leander. In 2, Evangeline Pierce, Basildon and Phoenix. In 3, Isabel Liptrot, Wigan Bess. In 4, Melissa Mainwaring, Southwest Lothian. In 5, Laura Ann Marshman, Taunton Dean. In 6, Heidi Wren, City of Glasgow. In 7, Catherine Renfrew, Perth City. In 8, Rose Gubbins, Nova Centurion. And in 9, Sophie Bromley, City of Sheffield. First with their feet to the wall is lanes 4's Mainwaring, 31.62, just 4 100ths ahead of Marshman, 1 lane up from her, and then Liptrot in lane 3 was third at the turn. It is Mainwaring with a slight advantage in these final 15 metres, but the spearhead is slight. Fighting to get on terms, going well, finishing strongly in lane 2 is Pierce. But it will be Melissa Mainwaring that takes that one, 105.06 from Pierce with that fast finish. And Renfrew, as we wait, and here come those official results. They are your official results of the women's 100 backstroke heat 9. This is your start list for heat number 10. In lane 0, Amelia Magliocco of Camden Swiss Cottage. In 1 is Charlie Joyce, Epping Forest District. In 2, Sophie Freeman, Guildford City. In 3, Rue Fowler, Team Bath. In 4, Evie Dilly, Millfield. In 5, Honey Osren, Loughborough University. In 6, Natasha Whittle, Loughborough University. In 7, Molly Garrett, City of Manchester. In 8 is Amy Shields, City of Glasgow. And in 9, Libby Monday, Kingston upon Hull. Osrin turning first for Loughborough University in lane 5, with Freeman in lane 2, second, and 12 100s behind is Joyce in lane 1. So there's a battle at the bottom of the pool, but there is your race leader, Hani Osrin in lane 5. She is away with this one, comfortably out in front, but the battle for the rest coming from all over, going well. In lane number 8 is Shields of City of Glasgow as we come into the finish, and it is Osrin from Shields with Molly Garrett getting the 3rd place touch. There are your official results of heat number 10 of the women's 100 meters backstroke. We move on to heat number 11. This is your penultimate heat. In lane 0, it's Anna Green, Warrington Bars. In 1, Sophie Weston, Warrington Warriors. In 2, Libby Freeman, Northumberland and Durham. Performance. In 3, Neve Ward, University of Bath. In 4, Ekaterina Avramova of Ealing. In 5, it's Rachel Anderson, Loughborough University. In 6, Kidias Hodgson, City of Leeds. In 7, Jessica Mellor, City of Stoke. In 8, Amelia Sansom, Wickham District. And in 9, Flavia Camzol, Mount Kelly. Turning first, it's Neve Ward, the swimmer from University of Bath. In lane 3, just ahead of Libby Freeman, 1 lane closer to us. Third at the halfway point was Anderson in lane 5. And going well, it is the Bath swimmer in lane 3. Ward, looking very strong here. Commanding lead over the rest of the field. Battle going on behind her in lanes 4 and 5. Avramova finishing strongly. She gets 2nd place behind Ward, who is dominantly in 1st position in that one. Official results are in, and all smiles for Neve Ward as she takes that one out. With Avramova in 2nd and Anderson in 3rd in heat number 11. We now move on to your final heat, heat number 12. In lane 0, it's Mia Collier, Black Lion. In 1, Annabelle Crease, Leamington Spa. In 2, Sophie Shaw, City of Manchester. 3, Beatrice Varley, Plymouth Leander. In lane 4, Kathleen Dawson, University of Stirling. In 5, it's Pia Murray, Layla Barracudas. In 6, Iona Colbert, Nova Centurion. In 7, Jemima Hall, University of Bath. In lane 8, Isabel Eiley, Anaconda. And in lane 9, it's Annabelle Wilkinson of City of Sheffield. And turning first, as expected, European record holder Kathleen Dawson. Very much the class in this field, finding her way back to her best on return from injury. It can be a long road, but she's looking strong here. She enters the final 25 metres. The race is on behind her, going well. In lane number 5 is Pia Murray, also going well. In 2 is Sophie Shaw, but we'll watch here. The clock stops at 60.50. That's 1 minute 0.50 for Kathleen Dawson. Exactly the time that she's entered. So a great heat swim there from her. Came back in 31.34. And the official results confirm that it was Pia Murray in second and Sophie Shaw in third, behind the dominant Dawson in that final heat. Those official results. Well, it's very much a day of 100 metres backstroke as we move on to the men's multi-class 100 metres backstroke now. There will be 2 heats. Here is your start list for heat number 1. In lane 1 is Akash Das of Oswestry Otters. In 2, Jacob Wood, Gloucester City. In 3, it's Ryan Potter, Preston Swimming Club. In 4, Owen Garsides, Kingston upon Hull. In 5, Kieran Williams, Newquay Cormorants. In 6, Joseph Greaves, Nova Centurion. In 7, Aidan Stanbrook, Winchester City Penguins. And in lane 8, Thomas Navarro Barber of Portsmouth North Sea. The range of classifications in this one. So leading the way at the turn in lane 4 is Owen Garsides. He swims in the S14 category, as does Ryan Potter, 1 lane closer to us, and Joseph Greaves in lane 6. Aidan Stanbrook and Kieran Williams are in a direct shootout in lanes 7 and 5. They swim in the S10 category. And Jacob Wood and Thomas Navarro Barber are going head-to-head in the S9 category. Das at the bottom of the pool is an S8 swimmer, and these athletes are competing against their respective world records to score points. So you will see a point score now as Garsides touches the wall. That's 625 points, 106.52, 570 points for Potter, 108.60. Kieran Williams, 110.07 for 543 points, 110.11 for Greaves for 533 points. Jacob Wood, 115.75. 116.6 for Akash Das. And when we see how that sorts itself out, the athletes will progress based on the number of points that they score, not the time that they swam. Here's your start list for heat number 2. 10 swimmers take to the start. In lane 0, it's Alexander Hobbs of Mount Kelly. In 1, Kai Gelsthorpe, Nova Centurion. In 2, Matthew Scott, University of Aberdeen. In 3, it's Luke Batty of Bolton Metro. In 4, Dylan Broom, Torvine Dolphins. In 5, Nathan McManus, Plymouth Leander. In 6, Rio Rogers, Basildon Phoenix. In 7, Zach Sturgis, Bournemouth Collegiate. In lane 8, Lewis Jones, Aaron Trident. In lane 9, Bruce D of Northampton Swimming. We have no Matthew Scott in this one. That's that empty lane in lane 2. Turning first again is an S14 athlete. It's Dylan Broom of Torvine Dolphins. He swam the 200 metres freestyle at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham for the Welsh team. And he leads the way on this one, going well. One lane closer to us, it's Luke Batty of Bolton Metro. He swims in the S9 category. So we'll wait to see the point scores as they come in. With Dylan Broom touching first, 104.92 for 672 points, but 107.33 for Luke Batty, scores 697 points. 108.69 for McManus, scores 567. 111.3 for Rogers is 507. 112.57 for Sturgis is 489. Lewis Jones, 449. Bruce D at the top of your pool, the S6 athlete, the swimmer in the lowest classification group in this one, 514 points. So you can see just there how it shakes itself out. Bruce D touched the wall in the slowest time, but finishes 4th in that one. And that's how the classification system and the points play out. Make it fair. We now move on to the women's multi-class 100 meters backstroke. There will be 2 heats of this. Here is your start list for heat number 1. In lane 0, it's Charlotte Hyde of Enfield Swim Squad. In 1, Emma Imrie, South Ayrshire. In 2, Rebecca Lewis, Rhondda Cunnan Taff. In 3, Connie Rately, Colchester. In 4, Abby Kane, University of Stirling. In 5, it's Megan Willis, Torvine Dolphins. In 6, Ella Letton-Jones, Swim Gwynedd. In 7, Lily Rice, Pembrokeshire County. And in lane 8, Abigail Wickens. In lane 4, Abby Kane leads the way, the swimmer in the S13 category, silver medalist in this event at the Paralympic Games back in Rio in 2016. Turns in a time of 35.17 ahead of Megan Willis. Swimming in the S10 category for Torvine Dolphins. And again, 1 lane closer to us, it's Connie Redley swimming in the S9 category. She's the other side of Abby Kane there in that yellow hat. As we pan out, we will once again have to wait for all swimmers to touch the wall before we know where they finish in terms of rankings. For Abby Kane, 714 points for a time of 112.31. Just a little off her entry time, a few seconds off her best. Megan Willis touches in 118.15. As we look to the top of the pool, in lane 8 coming in is Abigail Wickens. She swims in the S8 category. And now we watch as Charlotte Hyde, winner of the 400 meters multi-class yesterday, touches the wall to round that out. So as I said, Abby Kane did touch the wall first. Does look like she also has the highest point score, 714 points. It's a tie with Lily Rice, Commonwealth Games bronze medalist in this one. They are results of heat number 1. Here's your start list for heat number 2. In lane 0, it's Maisie Catt of Richmond Dales. In 1, Eva French, Nuneaton and Bedworth. In 2, Brooklyn Hale, Cockermouth. In 3, Astrid Carroll, Borough of Kirklees. In 4, Megan Neve, Repton Swimming. In 5, Amber Haycock of Northampton. In lane 6, Stephanie Booth, Borough of Kirklees. In 7, Imogen Dodds, Wellingborough. In lane 8, Eliza Humphrey, Northampton. And in lane 9, Iona Winifred, Tonbridge. In lane 4, it's Megan Neve. She's an S14 athlete, the only S14 athlete in this heat. She is up against the time of Bethany Firth of 104.05 for her point score. Amber Haycock, the S10 swimmer, turning second, ahead of Astrid Carroll, an S12 swimmer. So once again, as ever, in these multi-class events, we will have to wait for everyone to finish before we can see where they rank. So don't be deceived by this perfect spearhead here as we enter the final stages. For Neve to touch the wall, 110.85. It's a good point score, 805 for her. Haycock, 116.07. Carroll, 116.98. Booth, 121.07. Hale, 122.96. French, 124.51. Eliza Humphrey, the World Championship swimmer from Northampton in the S11 category, touches in 128.76. 137.17 for Maisie Catt as Iona Winifred, who's again similar to Bruce Lee up there in lane 9. An S6 athlete, lowest classification in this one. She touches in a time of 1:43.51. So on this occasion, it was the person who touched the wall first who scored the most points. That is Megan Neve. As we wait for those results to be confirmed, we will just have to wait a little bit longer because Eliza Humphrey of Northampton swims in the S11 category. So she has blacked out goggles and they need to be checked by the referee at the end of the race. That's just happening now. Once it is confirmed that there are no marks, no clear scratches through those goggles, that result will be confirmed. But once again, that S11 category is for swimmers with no vision at all, hence why they swim with blacked out goggles on, so that you can block out any light perception that a swimmer may have. It does just mean that all those goggles need to be checked. On this occasion, it is just one set of goggles rather than a whole S11 race, so it was quicker than it can be, and there is confirmation of that result for heat number 2. Hope you love 100 meters backstrokes because we are now moving on to the men's 100 meters backstrokes. There are 12 heats of this. This is your start list for heat number 1. In lane number 3, Zach Sheriff of Skipton. In lane 4, Harry Sharp, Ora de Bars. In lane 5, Martin Yankov, Derby Phoenix. And in lane 6, Isador Java Adama of Mount Kelly Swimming. Going well at the top at the moment with a good start was Adama. As we go into the turn, it's pretty even, and the touch of the first turn goes to Sheriff in a time of 29.53. It is Sheriff at the bottom of the pool that looks to be carrying the most speed down this 50 at the moment, but fighting at the top of the pool still is Adama. Sheriff goes over first from Adama, but it was a strong second 50 there from Harry Sharp in lane 4. And it is Sheriff that takes that one. Win it 0.51. Adama held on to that early burst of speed for second. Harry Sharp came through. 4 swimmers, but it provided entertainment. Now we move on to the men's 100 meter backstroke, heat number 2. In lane 0, it's Corey Phillip, Dundee City Aquatics. In 1, Archie Dandy, City of Leicester. In 2, Jensen Norris, Perth City. In 3, Jensen Owen, City of Sheffield. In 4, Jacob Light, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 5, Jonathan Ireland of Maidenhead. In 6, Oliver Davis Tutel, Rotherham Metro. In 7, Oliver Baskerville, Hatfield. In lane 8, Jack Robinson, Reed School Swimming. And in lane 9, Aquilis Bello, Elmbridge Phoenix. Turning first at the halfway point, Davis Tutel in lane 6. Ahead of Robinson up in lane 8. And you can see that hat of Davis Tutel just out in front here, going well. 1 lane closer to us. In lane 5 is Island of Maidenhead. Those two now are out in front. And it's pretty close behind them. Coming through strongly. In 3, it's Owen of City of Sheffield. The touch goes to Davis Tutel, led from start to finish. Ireland in second, with Owen in third place touch. There are your official results of heat number 2. Here is your start list for men's 100 meters backstroke, heat number 3. lane 0, it's Ryan Close of Modernian. In 1, Isaac Jones of Mount Kelly Swimming. In 2, Marcus Richards, Maidstone. In 3, Adam Scott, Ren 96. In 4, it's Laurel Roberts Burrell, Nottingham Leander. In 5, Theodore Rogers of Worcester. In 6, Monty Smith, Wickham District. In 7, Llewellyn Porter, Camden Swiss Cottage. In 8, Nicholas Land, Newcastle Swim Team. And in lane 9, Oliver Parry of Aquavirt of Rochdale. At the top of the pool, in lane 9, it is Parry, who turns first, 28.9 from Roberts Burrell. And at the bottom of the pool, Close turned in 3rd position. Oliver Parry going very well there at the top of the pool. Swimmers in the centre lanes trying to come through now. Good battle going on, coming well. In lane 6 is Monty Smith of Wickham District, but right up the top there, Oliver Parry will take this one, 1 minute, 0.39 ahead of Monty Smith with that blistering second 50 metres. And Llewellyn Porter coming through to take the 3rd place touch. Oliver Parry entered a 1:02.04, went a 1 minute, 0.39. So the trend continues in these early heats with big time being dropped. We're just waiting on those results to be confirmed. And there are the official results of the men's 100 metre backstroke, heat number 3.
Let's go, Ollie!
There is your start list for heat number 4.
Yeah, Ollie!
In lane 0, it's William Viney, City of Birmingham. In 1, Zachary Studley, Poole. In 2, Mark Thompson, Bolton Metro. In 3, Oliver Dennis, Plymouth Leander. In 4, Finley John, Bridgend County. In 5, Jude Denning, Repton. In 6, Flynn Smith, Southport. In 7, Jack Doherty Simpson, Scotia. In 8, Luke Poulton, Wickham District. And in lane 9, it's Joshua Payton of Leamington Spa. Very tight at the front of the turn, but the turn does go to Finley John of Bridgend County, 29.81, just 4/100ths of Dennis, 1 lane closer to us. And the other side of John, Denning, touching in 3rd at the turn. Go very well at the top of the pool in the second 50 is Payton of Leamington Spa. Coming through now in the middle. It's going to go right down to the touch, and the touch goes to Jude Denning of Repton, 59.75. Oliver Dennis getting 2nd place touch there, 59.89. Those two swimmers, the only two under the minute mark. And then Payton at the top, that fast finish. 1 minute, 0.38 for 3rd position. They are the official results of heat number 4. 2 swimmers breaking that 1 minute barrier. Here's your start list for heat number 5. In lane 0, Jacobus Enslin of Killer Wales. In 1, Andrew Brody, Aberdeen Dolphins. In 2, Logan van der Meulen, Sterling Swimming. In 3, Ewan Beatty, Warren de Bars. In 4, Daniel Ransom, City of Leeds. In lane 5, Benjamin Fox Wiltshire, City of Cardiff. In lane 6, Ashton Redhead, Team Ipswich. In 7, Finley Davis, Midlothian. In 8, it's Sam Adams, Hackney Aquatics. And in lane 9, Ewan Pedersen of Millfield. Turning first, in lane 1, it's Andrew Brody. 28.38 for him, ahead of Adams and Pedersen in lanes 8 and 9. So the race spread at the halfway turn right across the pool. Oh, well, there, that is Brody in lane 1, but you can see right at the top of the pool now. It's stroke for stroke with Pedersen of Millfield. Coming back strongly as well. Just one lane in is Sam Adams, but it is Pedersen that takes it from Adams. Daniel Ransom finishing well for Leeds. And his medal in the 400 metres freestyle last night, we knew he had endurance. And just touching Andrew Brody into 4th position. Ransom in the 15 years age group. Adams and Pedersen in the 16 years age group. There are your official results. Here is your start list for heat number 6. In lane 0, it's Greer van der Meulen, Sterling Swimming. In 1, Daniel Fallon, Epsom District. In 2, Reese Blackett, Newcastle Swim Team. In 3, Nikita Churikin, Thurrock Swimming Club. In 4, Aaron Bissett, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. In 5, Benjamin Twynham, Derby Excel. In 6, Aidan Orpin, Sitton and Cheam. In 7, Maximus Lee, Swim Bournemouth. In 8, Edward Bell, Seagull Swimming. And in lane 9, it's Luke Clegg of Borough of Kirklees. Turning first is Aidan Orpin, just ahead of Blackett in lane 2. And right at the bottom of the pool, Van der Meulen in 3rd position, but going well in lane number 2. It is Reese Blackett. A strong swim coming through in the middle from Bissett. And Twynham, as we watch for the finish. Bissett looks to be finishing strongly, but the touch goes to Blackett. 4 swimmers there going under the minute mark. We're still on a start sheet where no entry times were sub 60, and we've been treated to some impressive 59 points. There is a confirmation of those 59-point 100-meter backstroke swims. Twynham, the last man under a minute in that heat. There is your start list for heat number 7. In lane 0, George Snow of Millfield. In 1, Zachariah Dale of Newcastle Staffs. In 2, Jake Acton of Brighton. In 3, Rafe Shaffi of Repton. No swimmer in 4. Then in 5, it's Cameron Jameson of Repton. 6 is Matthew Tinkler of Winker Best. 7, Sean Simmons, Bristol Henleys. 8, Matthew Aldred of Watford. And 9 is Oliver Pope of Thanet Swim Club. Leading at the turn. In lane 5, Jameson of Repton by 2 100ths ahead of Shaffi, also of Repton. That surprise victory for him. An impressive swim in the 1500 metres freestyle on day 1 from lane 9. The orange hat there in lane number 3. Going well at the bottom of the pool now is George Snow. Going well at the top is Oliver Pope. And it will be Snow from Pope with Shaffi in 3rd position in that one. Shaffi under 59 point. Jake Acton under 60 point. 2:58 in that one. So the times are moving now. Again, those swimmers came in with entry times of 59 high. 1 minute .28 was Oliver Pope's entry time. He's absolutely smashed that. Heat number 8 are now under starters' orders. In lane 0 is Joseph Adams of Chelsea and Westminster. In 1, Thomas Maskell, Northumberland and Dublin Performance. In 2, Kieran Grant, Beverley Barracudas. In 3, Callum Peebles, East Lothian. In 4, Lewis Warner, Nottingham Leander. In 5, Finlay Pope, Stockport Metro. In 6, it's Lucas Brown, Elgin. In 7, it's Oliver Burns, the Royal Wolverhampton School. 8 is Jacob Brown, Tadcaster York Sports Swim Squad. And in lane 9, Adam White of Millfield. Turning in lane 4, Lewis Warner, 27.75. Good turn from him there to extend that lead. He led ahead of Grant and Brown in 2 and 6 respectively. That red hat of Warner in lane 4, leading them out. Going well, Kieran Grant still. He's coming through to finish strongly. Warner looked like he was winding down a little bit there. 57.85 for the victory in that heat.
Let's go, Jamie!
Then he came in with an entry time of 59.5. Looks very pleased with that one, as he should.
Let's go, Jamie! Let's go, get in!
There are your official results of heat number 8.
Yeah, good!
Here's your start list for heat number 9.
Let's go, Jamie! Yeah, Jamie!
In lane 0, it's Jamie Gray of Plymouth Leander. In 1, Zeno Ubertalli, Chelsea and Westminster. In 2, Gideon Holinsky, Plymouth Leander. In 3, Gabriel Knight, Swim Bournemouth. In 4, Alessandro Lazar, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 5, Oscar Barlow, University of Bath. In 6, Christian Dutoff, Guildford City. In 7, Rio Daru, Kingston upon Hull. In 8, it's Jack Hill of Linslade Crusaders. And in lane 9, Jake France of Walksop Dolphins. Turning first, it is Dutoft. in lane 6, ahead of Jamie Gray at the bottom of the pool in lane 0. And 1 lane up from him, Ubatelli was in 3rd position. Very tight at the front now, and it does look like Ubatelli is the one forging ahead ever so slightly, as Barlow of University of Bath goes well in lane 5, but it is going to come from the bottom of the pool. Ubatelli takes that one, 58.23. Barlow did in fact finish second, and our leader at the halfway point, who touches in 3rd position. They are your official results of heat number 9. This is your start list for heat number 10. In lane 0 is Jake Hutchinson of City of Leicester. In 1, Jack Knight, City of Cardiff. 2, Andrew Jones, Royal Wolverhampton School. In 3, Jamie Ferguson, University of Aberdeen. In 4, Toby Hill, City of Manchester. In 5, Tom Barden, Loughborough University. In 6, Alexander Sargent of Millfield. In 7, Lewis Maxwell, Northumberland and Durham. Performance in lane 9, George Whittle of Derby Excel. At the halfway point, the lead is with Toby Hill, City of Manchester, 27.20. Just 12/100ths ahead of Knight down in lane 1 for Cardiff. Hill still going well, but now 1 lane closer to us. Ferguson in lane 3 coming through very strongly indeed, as those swimmers are shoulder to shoulder as they go under the flags. Still going well is Knight. And it will be Ferguson from Knight, from Hill. There are your official results of heat number 10. 3 swimmers go in at 56 points in that one. This is your start list for heat number 11.
Let's go, Finn!
In lane 0, it's Miles Drabwell of University of Bath. In 1, Harry Turner, Swansea University. In 2, Pietro Ubatelli, Chelsea and Westminster. In 3, Fred Stiggs, Dartmoor Darts. In 4, Zach Speakman, University of Stirling. In 5, Finn Brookhoven, Plymouth Leander. In 6, Connor Cherrington, Millfield. In 7, Nathan Wells, West Norfolk. In 8, Archie Evans, University of Bath. And in lane 9, it's Toby Godsell of Bishop Stauford. And turning first, it is Ubatelli in lane 2. 1 lane up from him is Dietz of Dartmoor Aquatics, and coming through strongly in the centre lane. Speakman of the University of Stirling. So he goes under the flags, but it is tied And it will come down to the touch, and it is Ubertali that takes the touch, 56.19 from Speakman by 1/10 of a second. With Dietz in at the third place touch in that one. All three of those swimmers under the 57-second mark. There are your official results, confirming that Ubertali got the touch on that one for Chelsea and Westminster. This is heat number 12, your final heat of the men's 100 meters backstroke. In lane 0, Fergus Thompson goes for Mount Kelly Swimming. In 1, David Annis, the Royal Wolverhampton School. In 2, Harry Nicholson, Newcastle Swim Team. In 3, Samuel Pease, University of Stirling. In 4, Samuel Greenbank, City of Sheffield. In 5, Robbie Hemmings of Poole. In 6, Jamie Robertson, University of Stirling. In 7, Robert Burgess, City of Glasgow. In 8, it's Ellis Morgan of Hillingdon Swimming Club. In lane 9, Charlie Meek of Poole. Turning first, it's Robertson, 26.94, ahead of Hemmings. And Morgan up in lane 8, turned in third position. Those swimmers all now in a line as they come into the final 15 metres. The red hat of Greenbank and Sheffield looks to be leading the way as we come into the final strokes. And it is Greenback that gets the touch, ahead of Robinson, with Hemmings in third place in that heat. Those official results are now confirmed. And that concludes the men's 100 metres backstroke. Our next event will be the women's 200 metres breaststroke. There will be 11 heats of this one. Here is your start list for heat number 1. In lane 0, it's Isla Adams of Basingstoke Bluefins. In 1, Ellie Kennington, Plymouth Leander. In 2, Martha Cunniff of Leander. In 3, Ines Gwymon Beetham of Camden Swiss Cottage. In 4, Eloise Herbert, Tadcaster York Sports Swim Squad. In 5, it's Lan Lee of Bexley. In 6, Honey Rose Grocock, City of Sheffield. In 7, Esme Hall, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In lane 8, Matilda Potter of City of Leeds. Going out quickly at the bottom of the pool, it's Kennington of Plymouth Leander in lane 1. She leads at the first turn. Lee in lane 5 was in second position, and Hall in lane 7 in third. But at that first turn, Kennington had quite an advantage, and you can see that now from the pictures. Gwymon Beetham looks to be having a good second 50 here, as she comes through to lead the rest of the pack behind our early race leader. Kennington still leading at the halfway turn, 117.6, almost 2 seconds ahead of Gwymon Beetham, who's just 0.2 2 ahead of Matilda Potter up in lane 8. Greenman Beatham looks to be building through this 200 metres. But look at that yellow hat up the top there of Matilda Potter, the City of Leeds swimmer, making progress as well and coming through. Again is Lee in lane 5. Greenman Beatham touches first in that final turn with a 50 of 41.23, almost 2 seconds quicker than Kennington on that third 50 metres, and it can show as they are now shoulder to shoulder as Greenman Beatham looks to pull ahead. Potter at the top of the picture, still on a charge. But as we come into the final 5 metres, Greenman Beatham built through that 200 metres and is rewarded with the touch for first in that heat. Kennington holds on for second place in that one, with Matilda Potter getting that third place touch at the top of the pool. .242.14 takes that one for Innes Greenman Beatham of Camden Swiss Cottage. Here's your start list for heat number 2. In lane 0, it's Sadie Robinson of West Dorset. In 1, Connie Renard of Repton. In 2, Cara Neal for Seven Oaks. In 3, Alyssa Boslam, City of Salford. In 4, Lucy Nimmo, City of Glasgow. In 5, Lauren Kenner, Forshire Swimming Club. In 6, Charlize Harding, Norwich Swan. In lane 7, Veronique Corzette, Greenwich Royals. In lane 8, Philippa Hickman, Nova Centurion. And in lane 9, it's Lily Green of Plymouth Leander. Neal turns first from lane 2, ahead of Hickman in lane 8. And 1 lane closer to us, Crozet in 3rd position. Just a 10th ahead of Harding, so it's tight at that first turn. The 2 race leaders with a slight advantage, but going well at the top of the pool. Lily Green, Plymouth Leander. She looks strong down this second 50 metres. At the halfway turn, it is Philippa Hickman of Nova Centurion now leading the way, 117.99 for her. 1 lane up, it was Green who turned in 2nd position, just under a second behind, with Crozet in 7 in 3rd position. Crozet, unfortunately, there looks to be losing her swimming hat. We've seen that a few times this week. Lucy Matthews of City of Coventry lost her hat on day 1. Now as we come into the final turn, there is a diagonal across the pool pretty much, led by Philippa Hickman, Nova Centurion, a 15-year-old, turns in 2 minutes, .78. 42.79 was her 50 split. In lane number 6, Charlize Harding, the only person to have a quicker 50 on that 3rd length than our race leader. And you can see now as she charges her way through the field, she looks to be up on the shoulder of Lily Green of the Plymouth Leander, and even finishing fast, trying to overhaul Philip Hickman and manages to do so in the very final stroke. 5/100 separating the first two there. Those are the official results of heat number 2. Here is your start list for heat number 3. In lane 0, it's Sophie Statham-Gill of City of Leicester. In 1, Isis van der Stroom, Dartmoor Darts. In 2, Sienna Chung, City of Sheffield. In 3, Petra Varga, We're All Metro. In 4, Gabriella Hunt, Warrington Warriors. In 5, Grace Pattle, Wickham District. In 6, Hazel Ann Carter, Wickham District. In 7, Ruby Wheeler, Basildon and Phoenix. In lane 8, Alice Holt, Wigan Best. And in lane 9, it's Eva Harris-Brown of Camden Swiss Cottage. Leading at the first turn from lane 7, it's Ruby Wheeler in that orange hat of Basildon and Phoenix. From Varga and Hunt in lanes 3 and 4. Now going well down this second 50 is Van der Stroom in lane 1. Just one lane up from the bottom. Also going well is Carter of Wickham in lane 6. Varga looks strong from Wirral Metro in these closing stages of the race. It's all going to come down to timing and touch. On that turn, we saw Carter in the 400 meters freestyle yesterday just build through the length by length by length. And when she hit the front, there was no looking back, and she won her heat very convincingly. And she looks to be employing the same tactic here. She hasn't quite got the dominance yet that she had yesterday in that 400 meter freestyle heat, but she is looking very strong indeed. She now looks to be at the front. Varga wound it up into that midway turn and has been rewarded as she leads, but only by 8/100ths of a second from Hazel Ann Carter. Petra Varga, though, has wound up that stroke rate, and it's paid off because she's opened up a gap. Carter's race plan going well. But Varga here looking like that middle 100 where she wound up that stroke rate has done enough to win this heat for her. 240.22 for Varga, Carter 240.90, and then Wheeler 242.37. All swimmers in this one coming in with an entry time of 2:44, except for lanes 0 and 9, 2:45. So 2:40, 2:42. Very impressive indeed. And you can see that from Varga's smile. Lots to smile about in that one. We just wait for those results to be confirmed. Unfortunately, there has been a disqualification for Alice Holt of Wigan Best. Here is your start list for the women's 200 meters breaststroke, heat number 4. In lane 0, it's Grace Earp of Worcester. In 1, Amber Rigg, Cockermouth. In 2, Holly Hopwood, Guildford City. In 3, Isabel Cameron, City of Peterborough. In 4, Amelie Elliott, Leyland Barracudas. In 5, Mary Gibson, City of Cardiff. In 6, Anna Healy, Wigan Best. In 7, Tegan Black, East Lothian. In 8, it's Katie Coventry of Northumberland and Durham Performance. And in lane 9, Hannah Tackett of Stokesley. No swimmer in lane number 1. That is Amber Rigg of Cockermouth. There's no Amber Rigg. Turning first from lane 0, it is Grace Earp with that empty lane next to her, effectively swimming by herself in this one. Swimmers behind her in a line. A bit of a battle is Mary Gibson and the Peterborough swimmer Isabel Cameron, along with Holly Hopwood. Anna Healy in 6, also in a battle with lane 7's Tegan Black. As we hit the halfway point, that was a very impressive second 50 for Katie Coventry, 40.90 her split. Only 1/100th of a second quicker than Isabel Cameron, our race leader at the halfway point. Those two blue and yellow hats, very similar for City of Peterborough, City of Cardiff. But it is the City of Peterborough hat that is just in the lead at the moment. Going well at the top, though, is Katie Coventry. So going to the final turn, it is Coventry from Cameron, from Gibson. But Hopwood is in hot pursuit as well. Just over half a second behind Mary Gibson on that final turn. As now the charge starts to come. Lane 5's Gibson, lane 8's Coventry, very evenly matched here at the moment. It does look like Gibson is edging ahead. And it will be Gibson that takes that one, 2:40.95 ahead of Katie Coventry, 2:41.53, an excellent swim from up there in lane 8. Isabel Cameron holding on, 2:42.24. As those results are confirmed. Gibson from Coventry from Cameron. Here is your start list for heat number 5. Important to remember, not all these athletes swimming in the same age group categories. They will be separated out into finalists on conclusion of all heats. In lane 0, it's Rose Harrison of Tiverton. In 1, it's Zara Kraviak of East Lothian swim team. In 2, Jasmine DeCuna, Mount Kelly. In 3, Lotta Schultz, Mount Kelly. In 4, Indigo Stone, Dulwich Dolphins. In lane 5, Ella Greatbatch, Bishop Stortford. In 6, Emma Alat-File, Guildford City. In 7, Amelie Spicer, City of Bristol. In 8, Amber Vallata, the Royal Wolverhampton School. And in lane 9, it's Abby Solcombe of Redditch. At the first turn, it's Schultz of Mount Kelly that leads the way, ahead of Greatbatch and Stone. Two swimmers in lanes 3, 4 and 5, leading the way down the first 50, but still a long way to go in this one. Going well at the bottom of the pool with that long glide breaststroke. In lane 0 is Rose Harrison of Tiverton. Also coming through in lane number 1, Kraviak. As we turn the 100-meter mark, it is still Schultz that leads the way, 1:17.12, just over a second ahead of Stone. with Kraviec now in that third position. The swimmer from Mount Kelly in lane 3 with about a body length lead over the rest of the field. At the top, Valletta in lane number 8, starting to make her move for the Royal Wolverhampton School. Indigo Stone still going well in lane 4, but into the final turn, it's Schulze. She's led from the start. She's now on to that final 50 meters, looking very strong indeed. Winding it up a bit as we go down, as we are about to enter the final 25 meters of this one. Coming back strongly, one lane up from her, you can see, is Indigo Stone. And still going well at the bottom of the picture. In lane 1 is Kraviec. Great batch from it in lane 5, but it will be Schulze that takes that one. She led the whole way, swimming in the 16-year age group, as is Indigo Stone. Strong swim there to take that one. Heat number 5. There are your official results. Kraviec swimming in the 13-14 age group. So a very good swim from the swimmer from East Lothian. We move on now to heat number 6. Swimmer's just being asked to stand down for a second. In lane 0, it's Lily Davis, City of Peterborough. In 1, Niamh Dunbar, City of Leicester. In 2, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire. In 3, Eleanor Valentine Bull, Borough of Kirklees. In 4, it's Gracie Parker, Basildon and Phoenix. In 5, Niamh Savoury of Newcastle Swim Team. In 6, Abigail Smiley, Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson. In 7, it's Olivia Robbins of City of Birmingham. And in lane 9, it's Megan Mills of York City Baths. Turning first. Just 8/100 separating Lily Davis down in lane 0 from Savoury in lane number 5 and Parker in 4. And then in 3rd position after the first 50. There is Savoury in lane 5, marked by those yellow lane lines. Shoulder to shoulder, just inside of her, is Parker and Valentine Bull. Also in a line with them is Smiley up in lane 6. Going well right at the bottom of the screen still is Davis. Just 0.4 behind Savoury down in lane 0. Savoury looking very good at the moment. Going on a bit of a charge now at the top of the pool. Megan Mills and Olivia Robbins of City of Birmingham in lane 7. Still going well down in lane 0. It is Lily Davis for the City of Peterborough. But our race leader into the final length is Savoury of Newcastle Swim Team. She's swimming in the 15 years age group. Lily Davis at the bottom of the pool, swimming in the 16 years age group. As you see, there is really, it's getting tight behind this lady in your shot, Savoury. She has clear water between her and the rest of the field, but there's a bit of a blanket behind. Finishing strongly in 3, it's Valentine Bull. She's going to come down to the touch, and it's Olivia Robbins, City of Birmingham, who gets the second place touch from Valentine Bull. No doubt, though, of who was your winner for that heat. There she is, Niamh Savory, Newcastle swim team. Just wait for those results to be confirmed. Those results are now official. Here are your results for heat number 6. Here is your start list for heat number 7. In lane 0, it's Daisy Mixer of Norwich Swan. In 1, Daniel Sion of City of Milton Keynes. In 2, Lois Inch, Winsford Swimming Club. In 3, Maurice McNee, City of Birmingham. In 4, Fontaine Kalkani, City of Leicester. In 5, Kirsty Neal, Bishop Stortford. In 6, Charlotte Thompson, Midlothian. In 7, Millie Hammock, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 8, Amy McLeod, City of Glasgow. And in lane 9, Gabrielle Idle-Beavers of Mount Kelly. At the top of the pool, in lane 9, it is Idle-Beavers leading the way. At the moment, 35.24 for her. Kalkani in the centre lane of lane 4, touch second. And McLeod just 1 lane in from the top there. Idle-Beavers was 3rd at that first turn. See now moving through the field, Kalkani. She swims in the 17 years age group, as does McLeod and Daisy Mixer in lane 0. Idle-Beavers in the age 15 category. Kalkani turns at the halfway point, leading the race. 1:16.26 for her. Maurice McNee of City of Birmingham had a good second 50 there. 41.1 for her to move her way through the field. It is now those athletes in the centre of the pool that look to be making their move. McLeod working hard to go with them. Lane 5's Kirsty Neal looks to be having a good third 50 metres here. As we come to the final turn, Kalkani from Neal, 40.98 for Neal. That third 50 was indeed fast. It was the fastest in the race. Kalkani working hard here, but Neal coming back with every stroke. 1 lane in from her. McNee still going well, as is McLeod at the top of the pool. But the race for the touch is between the swimmers in those centre lanes. And it's going to go to Kirsty Neal, 2:39.62, just 12 100ths ahead of Fontaine Kalkani, with Maurice McNee getting that third place touch. Here are your official results for heat number 7. And there is your start list for heat number 8. In In lane 0, it's Anastasia Musat, City of Salford. In 1, Millie Threlfall, City of Leeds. In 2, Juliana Babington, Plymouth Leander. In 3, Lucy Stoves, Dundee City Aquatics. In 4, Phoebe Williams-Jones, City of Cardiff. In 5, Chloe Bone, Mount Kelly. In lane 6, Louise Bresler, Guildford City. In 7, Bonnie Mooney, City of Birmingham. In lane 8, Holly Waymond, Maxwell. And in lane 9, Margarita Stominova of Newman University of East London. And in first, in lane 2, it's Babington. Strong start from her, ahead of Bresler and Stoves. And there is Babington. One lane up from her, we can also see Stoves. Going well in lane number 6 is Louise Bresler of Guildford City. On her shoulder is Bonnie Mooney. And on going with her one lane up is Holly Waymond of Maxwell. So a race at the top of the pool, but going well in lane number 2 still is Juliana Babington. It's Bresler that turns first at the halfway stage from Babington, and then Waymond, who's just 4 100ths ahead of Bonnie Mooney, one lane up from her. So the race is at the top of the pool at the moment, as lane 4's Phoebe Williams-Jones looks to be trying to make a charge. She's got a bit of work to do at the moment. Still going well in lane 6, it is Louise Bresler. She will go into the last length in the lead by just under 0.2 of a second. Bonnie Mooney had a very good third 50 there. Swim from Birmingham in lane number 7. And that is telling as she hits the front of the race. Perfectly timed with 15 meters to go. Going with her though, one lane up, it is Holly Waymond of Maxwell. It's an excellent swim here from Bonnie Mooney, 2:37.70. 40.05, closing 50 there, the fastest in the field. Here are the official results as we move on quickly to heat number 9. In lane 0, it's Abigail Miles of City of Sheffield. In 1, Cora Lanham, Streeton District. In 2, Sophie Moore of Crawley. In 3, Anna Finlay, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 4, Leah Shroshan, City of Leeds. In 5, Sophie Brasington, Mount Kelly. In 6, it's Imogen Miles, Sevenoaks. In 7, it's Maisie Brown of Rushmore Royals. In 8, Charlotte Cope, Guildford City. And in lane 9, Ruby Varney of Streeton District. And at that first turn, Schloshan leading the way. Healthy lead from Miles down in lane 0. With Imogen Miles in third from lane 6 at that first turn. Schloshan looking strong here. So from the City of Leeds, the 18-year-old in lane 4. Going well still at the bottom in lane 0 is Abigail Miles. Also trying to work her way through in lane 5, Sophie Brasington of Mount Kelly. Schloshan turns 1:11.90. Good turn there, good underwater phase from lane 5. That's Brasington of Mount Kelly. So often this third 50 is where the swimmers try to make their move. You can see a lot of them trying to attack. Got a bit of a charge up there in lane 8 is Cope of Guildford City. Schlossen turning first onto the final 50. Brasington, 3/4 of a second quicker on that length. Can she continue that speed into this final phase of the race? Brasington definitely working her way back. She might run out of pool. Also going well in lane number 2 is Sophie Moore of Crawley. She's coming through strongly. And in lane 6 is Imogen Miles, but Schlossen will hold on to take this one. Fought off the late battle from Brasington. 2:32.68 to 2:33.42. And Imogen Miles did finish very well to get that third place touch. There are your official results of heat number 9. And there is your start list for heat 10. In lane 0, it's Morgan Brand of Rugby. In lane 1, Camelia Sturmanova, Swansea University. In 2, Gabrielle McCulloch, City of Salford. In 3, Nuala Gao, Geary. In 4, it's Hannah Bowley of Repton. In 5, Caitlin Hartley, Hatfield. In 6, Caris O'Reilly, City of Sheffield Swim Squad. In 7, Laura Thompson, City of Leeds. In lane 8, Erin Taylor of Finns. And in lane 9, it's Emily Farr of City of Leicester. Going well in the outside lanes. At the turn, it is Stominova in lane 1 for Swansea University. O'Reilly of City of Sheffield in 6. Touch second at that first turn. See her there in that black hat. Also going well in the 2 outside lanes. In 1, in 0, it's Brand, and in 9, it's Farr. Coming through strongly. Taylor in lane 8. Danger everywhere in this pool as we approach the halfway point. The touch goes to Stominova just by 2/100ths of a second from O'Reilly. O'Reilly is closing that gap. Also good, there is another green hat right at the bottom there, Morgan Brand, that green hat of Rugby. Going with our early race leader, but now it does look like lane 6's Caris O'Reilly has hit the front of this race as the charge from Erin Taylor in the blue hat of lane 8 continues. Also coming through strongly in lane 4 now is Hannah Bowley of Repton. This could still go anywhere in heat number 10. O'Reilly trying to hold on, but the charge coming now. There comes Hannah Bowley. Stominova still got a chance here from lane 1. But lane 4 does look to be edging ahead. And it will be Hannah Bowley of Repton Swimming to take that one. As those results just wait to get confirmed in the venue. We seem to have lost the graphics as the athletes come into the wall. I can tell you that Bowley's time was 2:35.02. From Erin Taylor, that fast finish. She was plugging away up there in lane 8. 2:35.63 for her. came in on a 2:37.29, so excellent swimming. And Caris O'Reilly, third position in that one. They are your results of heat number 10. Here is your start list for heat number 11. This is the final heat of the women's 200 meters breaststroke. In lane 0, it's Sophie Payne of Swansea University. In 1, Annabelle Cook of City of Sheffield. In 2, Charlotte Hardy of Millfield. In 3, Maya Hall, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 4, Elizabeth Booker, Loughborough University. In 5, Charlotte Bianchi, City of Sheffield. In 6, it's Ailsa MacDonald, Edinburgh University. In 7, Eleanor Hall of Millfield. In 8, Matilda Ransom, City of Cambridge. And in 9, Kira Fletcher of Nova Centurion. It's lane 4's Booker that touches first at the first 50, 34.33 for her, ahead of Cook down in lane 1. And at the top of the pool, Fletcher, Nova Centurion, turned in third position. So again, down that first 50, speed coming from right across the pool, but now we can see the pack bunching up as Elizabeth Booker forges ahead and looks to increase her advantage down this second 50 meters. Booker turns at a time of 1:11.92, ahead of Bianchi, who's now in second, and Fletcher at the top of the pool, still holding on to that third position. Hardy and Hall in 2 and 3 touched in exactly the same time for sixth in 1:16.03, so nothing to choose between those two. You can see that from the picture. Lane 0, 1, 2 and 3 all swimming in synchronization as they go down this third 50 meters. But Elizabeth Booker looking strong as she heads into the final turn, being chased by Bianchi of Sheffield, and going well at the top still. It is Fletcher for Nova Centurion. Great turn there coming from MacDonald in lane number 6. That brought her level with Fletcher. But out in front, there we can see, as the camera pans out, just what good work that turn did for Ailsa MacDonald in lane 6, swimming for Edinburgh University. But the first place touch is going to go to Elizabeth Booker, 2:29.96 for her. Nice comfortable heat swim for her this morning. Bianchi touching in second, with MacDonald coming through that final turn, putting her into third place in that heat. There are your official results of heat number 11, and that concludes our women's 200 meters breaststroke heats for this morning. We now go to the other end of the pool for our next event, the men's multi-class 50 meters butterfly. Just as we're moving to the end of the pool, the starting equipment does need to be checked, so there will be a slight delay before this one gets underway. For this one, we see Zach Washington Young, the City of Manchester Aquatics, sat on the block in lane 3, and that's Bruce D, sorry, not Bruce Lee, of Northampton, stood behind the block of lane 5. There is a swimmer scheduled for the start in lane 4, but I don't see Xander Harris at the moment. Once again, our next event will be the men's multi-class 50 meters butterfly. In the para program, this is open to athletes in the categories S1 up to S7. Here is your start list. Oh, swimmers being asked to stand down from the start. This is not ideal for these athletes. This is the biggest hold-up we've had so far at these championships. Just moving the start light to be more visible. Now we're getting a bit of feedback off the starter's microphone. Probably couldn't have written this if you'd been asked to think of the scenarios that could go wrong mid-programme. This morning's programme's long enough as it is as well, but all adds to the drama and the excitement. So once again, in lane 3, it will be Zach Washington Young of City of Manchester Aquatics and Bruce D of Northampton Swimming Club. In lane 5, it's an empty lane in lane 4. When we do finally get underway. There are the starters' orders. Hopefully this is the one. We'll get away, third time lucky. Well, after that long delay, we are now away. Both of these athletes swimming in the S6 category, so it is a head-to-head. They swam against each other yesterday in the 400 meters freestyle from lane 0 and 9, but a lot closer to each other today. And it is Bruce D who gets off to the better start as expected. The swimmer at the top of your picture. Going well at the moment, the 17-year-old from Northampton. He leads the way on this one. As he comes in to stop the clock, you'll see a point score. But those points don't matter so much in this one because it was a straight shootout of time. D going a time of 36.45 and Washington Young going a time of 40.25. They should be back for another swim tonight in the finals, as those official results are confirmed. We now move on to the women's multi-class 50 meters butterfly. Just one swimmer in this one. That one swimmer in lane 4 is Iona Winifrith of Tonbridge, the 12-year-old in the S6 category. So she is swimming for time, her entry time 43.94. She goes through 25 meters. High stroke rate from this youngster. She has in her sights. Her target will always be, for now, Ellie Robinson's British record of 35.22. But she won't expect to get that today. But it is a very impressive swim from Winifrith. 40.06. Incredible time for the 12-year-old from Tonbridge. 642 points for her. That world record is very quick in her category. It belongs to Zhang Yuan of China, 34.56. She meant that to win the Paralympics. As we quickly move on to the men's 50 meters breaststroke. There are 9 heats of this one. In lane 0, it is Gu Zhongming of City of Manchester. In 1, McCade of City of Stoke. In 2, Milburn Enfield. In 3, Van der Meulen of Stirling. In 4, Caddock of Chase. In 5, Shepherd, City of Cardiff. In 6, Acton, Brighton. In 7, Dodsworth, Newcastle. 8, Warner of Bromley. And 9, Scott of Bracknell and Wokingham. And going well at the top of the pool, it is Joshua Scott. Also going well at the bottom of the pool is Guo of Manchester, but it was Scott that touched the wall first. There is a 2 by his name. We're having a little moment here, it feels, with these scoreboards. But Scott of Bracknell at the top of the pool. 29.83. Hopefully that will be reflected. There it is on those official results. Very fast from the top. There, he didn't have an entry time, so that was heat number 1. This happens sometimes. We quickly move on to heat number 2. In heat 2, we'll see Michael Ilsafi, Billingham in 0, Buckley of City of Norwich in 1, Nurse of Cleethorpes District in 2, Abluenthia of City of Birmingham in 3, Renouf of Hodgson in 4, Baramowski of Taunton in 5, Barnett of Northumberland and Durham in 6, Hollis of City of St Albans in 7, Beasley of Poole in 8, and Rogers of Richmond Dale goes in lane 9. And just out in front in lane 5 is Rozumski. Going well, but coming through at the top in that yellow hat with a late charge is Beasley, but it was our early race leader Woroszewski that held on to take that victory in that heat number 2. There are your official results for heat number 2. number 3 start list sees in lane 0 it's Bomb of Camden Swiss Cottage. 1 will be Farrow of Black Lion. 2 Taylor Shiverers. 3 Hallows Plymouth Leander. 4 Hickman the Royal Wolverhampton School. 5 Williams Guildford City Swimming Club. 6 Brooks the City of Leeds. 7 Crest City of Lincolnshire. 8 is Smith of Glenrothes, and in lane 9 Gallagher Taunton Dean. Best start came from lane 3. It's Ashton Hallows of Plymouth Leander. Going well at the top of the pool is Gallagher. Coming back strongly in lane number 2 is Taylor of Shiverers. As we come into the final stages of this one, and it will go to George Brooks up in lane number 6, City of Leeds. He takes that one in time of 30.52. Gallagher second, Williams third. Those 3 swimmers all under the 31-second mark. Your official results of heat number 3. Here is your start list for heat number 4. In lane 0 it will be Price of Burlington. In 1 Wolfenden of Beckenham. 2 Lovell Pascal Holywell. 3 Dodd of Soundwell. 4 Jackson Burr of Kirklees. 5 Ali Sevenoaks. 6 Silla Abingdon Vale. 7 Mitchell University of Aberdeen. 8 Beadle of Maxwell, and 9 Martin Young of Royal Tunbridge Wells. Monson. First up in lane 2 it is Lovell Pascal. The best start probably coming from lane number 5, Ali of Sevenoaks. Now that they are up and into the stroke, there's hardly anything to choose between these swimmers, but it does look like lane number 8's Beadle of Maxwell going quite well at the top of the pool. Coming through now at the bottom. Who's going to get the touch? It is Lovell Pascal of Holywell. 30.32 gets that win in that heat ahead of Ali and Beadle. There are your official results of heat number 4. There is your start list for heat number 5. In lane 0 it will be Escom of Carnforth District Otters. In 1 Cringellis City of Glasgow. In 2 Bradley City of Liverpool. In 3 Hamblin Derby Excel. In 4 Burrows Sevenoaks. In 5 Jones Mount Kelly. In 6 Ormsby City of Cambridge. In 7 Carter Swindon Dolphins. In 8 Stedman of Clevedon, and in lane 9 it's Wolford of Wickham District. Best start there coming from lane 3. It's Hamlin Derby Excel. Now that we are up and into the stroke, he is matched by lane 7's Carter from Swindon Dolphins. As we edge into the final 10 meters of this one, and we line up for a close finish, it does look like it will be Freddie Carter to take that one. 29.68 for the Swindon Dolphin up there in lane 7. Those results are now confirmed. As we move swiftly on to heat number 6. In lane 0 it will be Bosk of Mount Kelly. In 1 Ryan of Northumberland Durham Performance. 2 Stanbrook City of Bristol. 3 Whitlock Millfield. 4 Miles City of Glasgow. In 5 Van Blurk Warren de Bars. In 6 El Ghaziri Mount Kelly. In 7 Mitchell Warren de Bars. In 8 Ito Hackney Aquatics, and in lane 9 Jones of Bromsgrove. Best start there coming from lane number 2. That's Blaine Stanbrook of the City of Bristol. Now we're up and into the strokes though. Lane 5's Van Blurk going very well with a high stroke rate, and coming through strongly in lane 6 El Ghaziri of Mount Kelly. It's those two that look to be leading the way, but they've got a challenge from the bottom of the pool in lane number 1. Christian Ryan, he just touched out there by Van Blurk. And it was El Ghaziri in the third place touch. These 50 breaststrokes are coming thick and fast. That was heat number 6. There was no swimmer in heat 0. Vadim Bosk from Mount Kelly not participating in this one. Oh, those results have been made official, and there was a disqualification for Van Blerk of Warren de Baths. That does change the result slightly. Now we move on to heat number 7. In lane 0, it will be Dean for Maidenhead. In 1, Cannon, Loughborough University. 2, Blair, Chesterfield Swimming Club. 3, Smith of Skipton. 4, Nunes Smith of Orion. 5, Neild of the University of Birmingham. 6, Freeman, Loughborough University. 7, Ramsey, Welsh individual member, who's not swimming. Number 8, Woodburn, Millfield. And 9, Gillam of Bromley. Lane 8 just removed off the scoreboard. As we get underway, and going well at the bottom in lane 1 is Cannon, but also going well in lane number 5 is Neild. It's those two that led the way through the first 25 metres, but now the charge comes from the top of the pool. Woodburn of Millfield going well. This could go anywhere, and it is lane number 5, Samuel Neild, that holds on to take that one from Woodburn. That strong second 25 metres from the 18-year-old of Millfield, and Nunes Smith getting confirmed in the 3rd position. Those results are now official for heat number 7. We will move on to heat number 8. In lane 0, it will be Corver of Whitgift Swimming Club. In 1, Verdran, City of Norwich. In 2, Taylor of Loughborough University. 3, Suraj of University of Bath. In 4, Taverna, Loughborough University. In 5, Dixon of Stirling. In 6, Dobson of Stirling. In 7, Yuen of Birmingham. In 8, Measure of University of Stirling. And in lane 9, it will be Toms of Chelmsford City. They are now away after a short delay. On the best start coming from lane 3, Toby Sijwad of University of Bath. Up and into his stroke first, but already coming through strongly in lane 4 is Taverna. He hits the front of the pack, and going with him, 1 lane up, Dixon of Stirling. It's those 3 that are leading this one out, and it will be Taverna that takes the heat, 27.97 ahead of Dixon, ahead of Surad. They are your 3 swimmers under 29 seconds in that heat, with Taverna going under the 28-second mark. They are your official results. As we move on to heat number 9. So heat number 9 we'll see in lane 0, Tugzetten of Abingdon Vale. In lane 1, Air of East Leeds. In 2, Hallett, Plymouth Leander. In 3, it will be Williams, Dartmoor Darts. In 4, Hallett, Plymouth Leander. In 5, Mahendra Kumar of Winchester City. In lane 6, Jones of Poole. 7, Rochesters, Bromley. 8, Ellington, University of Stirling. And in lane 9, Godsell. No swimmer in lane 2. Up and into the race. Going well down in lane 1. It is Richard Eyre of East Leeds, but now coming through in those centre lanes. It looks like at the moment it could go anywhere, but lane 3 looks to be driving ahead, just holding on there. Williams stretched into that finish. Swimmer from Dartmoor Darts got the victory for that heat, 28.54, ahead of Mahendra Kumar and Hallett. They were your top 3 in that one. That is heat 9. That is the last heat. That was the last heat, I should say. That is the conclusion of the men's 50 breaststroke heats. We will now head back down to the other end of the pool for the final event of this first heat session of today, the women's 200 meters individual medley. This is your start list for heat number 1. In lane 3, it's Elizabeth Land of Newcastle Swim Team. In 4, Grace MacDonald of Grantham. And in lane 5, Grace Robinson, St. Felix School. Robinson with a great reaction time there. She was the quickest off the blocks. And at the moment, she has a slender lead down this butterfly length. So it is Robinson that leads on the fly to back turn. 30.99 for her. Elizabeth Land, 31.83 with MacDonald in that centre lane, 32.40 as we move through to the halfway point of the backstroke length. Going well now is MacDonald, cutting through the middle of the 2 swimmers as they're all in a line right there, but not for long as the backstroke continues to play out. And it is MacDonald that goes right through the field to touch first, 108.25 at the halfway stage. She leads the way as we head down the breaststroke length. The 2 outside swimmers, Land and Robinson, looking pretty evenly matched on this breaststroke at the moment through the first 25. But then now it's Robinson looking to try and break away from Land and overhaul that impressive backstroke leg of Grace MacDonald. MacDonald's going to hold on just as we go into the rest of freestyle turn and they head down the final 50 meters. All 3 of these swimmers in the same age group, so it is a straight race between them. Grace Robinson with the stronger leg kick here at the moment, and that is what's helping her get ahead. Does look like she is going to take this one. Came in with an entry time of 2:30.19. Went time of 2:28.43. Got all 3 swimmers in that one going under their entry time. They are the official results confirmed for heat number 1.
Let's go, Lily!
Here is your start list for heat number 2. In lane 0, it's Evie Clare of Stockport Metro. In lane 1, Lily Green, Plymouth Leander. In 2, Hannah Day of Portsmouth North Sea. In lane 3, Gracie Owen of Neath. In lane 4, Rebecca Coogan, Romford Town. In 5, it's Philippa Hickman of Nova Centurion. In 6, Ella Solano goes for Hazelmere Swimming Club. In 7, it's Gracie Parker, Basildon and Phoenix. In lane 8 is Evie Mackey of Larnack. After the butterfly, it's Day of Portsmouth North Sea leading the way. In lane 2, 1 lane closer to her, us, Green of Plymouth Leander was in 2nd position. Going well at the top of the screen on the backstroke leg. In lane 8, it is Mackey. The Portsmouth North Sea swimmer is at the front of the field as we head into the halfway turn. It flips over Hannah in a time of 1:08.30 from Mackey and Green. They are your 1, 2, 3 as we enter the breaststroke leg. Going on a bit of a breaststroke charge at the top of the pool. It is Evie Mackey of Larnack. Looking strong down this breaststroke leg. As she comes into the breast to freestyle turn, she will be our race leader with 1 length to go. 42.58 the split there. Philippa Hickman of Nova Centurion had an excellent breaststroke split, 40.89, the swimmer in lane number 5. But it is the 2 swimmers on the outside lanes at the moment. Lily Green and Evie Mackey that are leading the way, and it does look like it will be Mackey that takes this one. And it is Mackey that stops the clock. 2:26.12. Came in with a time of 2:29.72. So once again, we're seeing some fast swimming in these early heats, some big improvements. There are your official results. There's your start list for heat number 3. In lane 0, it's Bethan Cook of Chase. In 1, Evie Cutter, Wigan Best. In 2, Gabrielle McCulloch, City of Salford. In 3, Jessica Smelt, Borough of Kirklees. In 4, Sophie Trial, Stockport Metro. In 5, Catherine Williams, Wickham District. In 6, Bonnie Mooney, City of Birmingham. In 7, Holly Hopwood, Guildford City Swimming Club. In 8, it's Lexi O'Connor of Basildon and Phoenix. And in lane 9, it's Ellie Louise Kennedy of City of Glasgow. Turning first, it is Trail, Stockport Metro in that centre lane, lane 4, just ahead of Williams, 1 lane up from her. And in lane 0, down at the bottom of the pool, it was Bethan Cook who turned in 3rd position after the butterfly. We go through 25 metres of the backstroke length, looking very good. In lane number 5 is Catherine Williams on this backstroke. As we come into the flags, to the back to breast turn, it will be Williams that hits the front. But it was Trail who got her feet to the wall first. 1:08.01. Now onto the breaststroke. Look out for the breaststrokers to make their move. Bonnie Mooney had an excellent 200 metres breaststroke not too long ago. Finished very strongly in that, so expect her to make her way through the field. Swimmer in lane 6 doing just that. Also going well on this breaststroke leg is McCulloch, City of Salford, that yellow hat in lane number 2. Jessica Smelt had a strong breaststroke, like she's held on there. She turns first. McCulloch had a split of 40.05. Holly Hopwood had a split of 40.06 on that breaststroke leg. But in lane 3, it is Jessica Smelt looking good at the moment. The race is on behind her. Freestylers going well down in lanes 1. It's Cutter and 0, it's Cook. They're coming through very strongly here at the end, but the winner of this one will be Jessica Smelt. There seems to have been a problem here with the scoreboard in-house, hence why you're not getting any graphics. So once again, you have to go on what you saw. And it did look like Jessica Smelt there took that one out. Once again, there's a range of different age groups in these heats, and they will be separated out into their respective age group results for final swims tonight. That will happen on conclusion of all of the heats. Here are the official results of that heat 3. Jessica Smelt was confirmed as the victor in that one, 2:24.84 for her. Here is your start list for heat number 4. In lane 0, it's Darcy Crossley, City of Leeds. In lane 1, Charlotte Sorrell, Chase. In lane 2, Lily Davis, City of Peterborough. In lane 3, Molly Baker, City of Sheffield Swim Squad. In 4, it's Gabrielle Idle Beavers, Mount Kelly Swimming. In 5, Gabriella Hunt, Warrington Warriors. In 6, Chloe Barnard, Basildon and Phoenix. In 7, Emily Maxwell, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In lane 8, Olivia Minott, City of Peterborough. And in lane 9, Kiana Coates of Warrington Baths. Turning first after the butterfly, it is Emily Maxwell in lane 7 as they head on to the backstroke leg. And we watch as the swimmers line up. Maxwell still with an advantage at the moment, going very well down the bottom in lane 0. An excellent backstroke here for Darcy Crossley. She will lead the race at the halfway point. She goes over first, 107.80, a split of 36.97 for that backstroke. She made a huge difference for her as we go on to the breaststroke. You can see the breaststrokers start to make their move. Going well. In lane 3, Molly Baker starting to cut her way through the field. Still going well in lane 7 is Maxwell. Still out in front at the moment. Down in lane 0, Darcy Crossley leads the way for the City of Leeds. An excellent swim here down this breaststroke leg for Baker, the City of Sheffield. They split a time of 41.95. Crossley with a strong split too, 42.00. good middle 100 of the race for Darcy Crossley down there in lane 0. The charge of the freestylers is coming. Molly Baker looking strong. As we come into the final meters of the race, and it will be Baker that takes the heat, 2:24.10. Crossley gets the second place touch, and Maxwell is in third. There are your official results of heat number 4. This is the start list for the women's 200 meters individual medley, heat number 5. In lane 0, Lydia Cordell goes for Repton Swimming. In 1, Charlotte Cope for Guildford City. In 2, Darcy Platt, City of Leicester. In lane 3, it's Erica Paskin-Scotty, Barking and Dagenham. In lane 4, Izzy Blackhurst, Taunton Dean. In 5, Abby Salcombe, Redditch. In 6, it's Alice Forrest, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In lane 7, Matilda Potter, City of Leeds. In 8, it's Sophie Bromley, City of Sheffield. In lane 9, Clementine Lovell of Team Ipswich. Turning first after the butterfly is Paskin-Skate from Barking and Dagenham. She is there in lane number 3. That yellow hat, but going well now on the backstroke at the top of the picture. Sophie Bromley, City of Sheffield. She pulls level with our early race leader. And as we come into the halfway turn, the back to breast turn, it is Bromley that now leads the way from Paskin-Skate. As we move on to the breaststroke. Charge starting to come now from Izzy Blackhurst. Lane 4, she's going very well here. And also right at the top of the pool, Clementine Lovell of Team Ipswich having a great breaststroke swim as she comes up onto the shoulder of Bromley. Still going well. In the middle of the pool, and that breaststroke leg in lane 4 has made a difference for Izzy Blackhurst, but it's Clementine Lovell with a split of 41.11. It went very well, as did Charlotte Cope. Her breaststroke was the fastest in the field at 41.01. But now it is a shootout for home. In that middle lane, that breaststroke was set up Blackhurst very well indeed. She looks to come through, but fighting up there in lane number 7, Matilda Potter of Leeds, going very well, and she looks like she will take this one, 2:25.0 from Blackhurst. And Darcy Platts coming through for third position in that heat. There are now the official results for heat number 5 of the women's 200 meters individual medley. Here is your start list for heat number 6. In lane 0, it's Isabel Liptrot of Wigan Best. In lane 1, Margarita Stomanova, Newham University of East London. In 2, Hazel Ann Carter, Wickham District. In 3, In Esquimalt Beetham, Camden Swiss Cottage. In 4, Charlotte Thompson, Midlothian. In 5, Alyssa Stevens, City of Birmingham. In 6, Isabel Price, City of Birmingham. In lane 7, Daisy Purchase, Rotherham Metro. In lane 8, Chloe Ridge, Wickham Best. In lane 9, Lois Child of Harrogate District. And it is Child that leads the way after the butterfly from the top of the pool. Thompson is in second position there and Stevens in third, but the backstroke now brings them all into a line. Nothing to choose from the swimmers across 0 to 5, and then the swimmer at the top there, Lois Child in lane 9. Starting to come through in the backstroke at the bottom, it is Isabel Liptrot of Wigan Best. She looks like she might lead at the turn, but also going well, Hazel Ann Carter. And it is Liptrot from Carter with Stominova. They are your front 3 at the halfway turn. We saw Carter again put a strong performance into the 200 meters breaststroke as she built through, and we see her doing that once again as she hits the front of the race for the first time. The swimmer with the green hat in lane 2 for Wickham. Going well at the top of the pool still is Child of Harrogate District. And also now in lane 1, Stominova showing her breaststroke strength, and it will be Carter from Stominova from Child, but the field has bunched up after that breaststroke. Here is Hazel Ann Carter. That marker, red marker, signifies 25 meters to go. She's going well. She is out and clear of the field here. Stominova in a battle with Child at the top of the picture. No doubt about who's going to get the touch in this heat. It will be Hazel Ann Carter, the 15-year-old from Wickham District. 2:24.60 for her. Margarita Stominova touches second, with Lois Child touching third. Busy morning for a lot of these medley swimmers who also swam 200 breaststroke. There are your official results for heat number 6. There's your start list for the women's 200 meters individual medley, heat number 7. In lane 0, it's Abby Mitchell, City of Leicester. In 1, Beth Robinson, Stockport Metro. In 2, Holly Waymond of Maxwell. In 3, Sarah Talentire, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 4, Ruby Stevenson, City of Milton Keynes. In 5, Ruby Wheeler, Basildon and Phoenix. In 6, Emerald at File, Guildford City. In 7, Millie Threlfall, City of Leeds. In 8, Anna Farr, City of Leicester. And in lane 9, Louise Bressler, Guildford City. Leading after the butterfly, it is Talentire, 29.04, ahead of Robinson in lane 1 and Wheeler in lane 3. Just 2 100ths ahead of Stevenson, who is in lane 4, 1 lane closer to us. But there is your early race leader, Talentire, going down a strong backstroke leg here. Also going well on the backstroke. 1 lane up from her, it is Ruby Stevenson. Those two now opened up a bit more of a gap from the others as we turn onto the breaststroke leg. Talentire 104.74, Stevenson 106.62. Only 8 100ths separating them on their backstroke split. As we move into the breaststroke. Having a good breaststroke here. In lane 5, it is Ruby Wheeler of Basildon and Phoenix. Also going well together in lane 0 and 1, it is Abby Mitchell and Beth Robinson. Stroke for stroke on the breaststroke. Talentire has managed to hold on to the lead into the final 50 as they turn onto the freestyle and head for home. There is Seren Talentire of Northumberland and Durham Performance. She looks to be pulling away from the rest of the field on this one. Going well at the top, Louise Bresler on this freestyle leg. But it will be Seren Talentire that takes that one, 2:22.51, led from start to finish. Abby Mitchell finishes strongly in lane 0 to get that second place touch, with Ruby Stevenson in third. Again, a range of age groups in this one. Talentire, the 15-year-old from Northumberland and Durham Performance, hits the top in those official results of heat number 7. This is your start list for heat number 8. In lane 0, it's Neve Savoury, Newcastle Swim Team. In 1, Grace Greenhalgh, City of Norwich. In 2, Anna Finlay, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 3, Amber Rigg of Cockermouth. In 4, Naomi Parker of Millfield. In 5, Emma Price, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 6, Caris Croak, Torvine Dolphins. In lane 7, Millie Patterson, City of Swansea Aquatics. In lane 8, Willow Harrison, City of Sheffield. And in lane 9, Ashley Green of Repton. Turning first in lane 1, it's Greenhalgh after the butterfly, ahead of Parker in lane 4 and Savoury down in lane 0. There is Greenhalgh as we span out to see where the threats are coming from, and going well in lane number 7 is Patterson on this backstroke. The 3 swimmers are in a line, that's Greenhalgh, Parker and Patterson. We go into the flags and into the backstroke turn. It will be Millie Patterson, City of Swansea Aquatics, that leads at the halfway point, a split of 34.94 for that backstroke, the only swimmer to go under 36 seconds, let alone 35, as we move on to the breaststroke. There is your race leader, but here come the breaststrokers. There's a challenge coming from the middle of the pool. At the moment, Patterson is holding off the charge. Going well at the top of the pool, Ashley Green of Repton. As the pack bunches together. But it is still Patterson leading the way as we go on to the freestyle. Good turns down in 1 and 2 from Greenhalgh and Finlay, though. They ate up quite a bit of the advantage that Patterson had just off the push off the wall. As we see now the blanket behind, everybody coming back, chasing Patterson, but it is in lane number 2, Anna Finlay is going very well. And in lane number 1, Grace Greenhalgh is leading that battle at the bottom of the pool. The touch does go to Patterson. Only just 25.16, 25.23 for Greenhalgh and 25.71 for Finlay. Patterson swimming in the 17 years age group, Greenhalgh and Finlay together in the 16-year age group. There are your official results for heat number 8. Here is your start list for heat number 9. In lane number 0, it is Annabelle Cook, City of Sheffield Swim Squad. In 1, Lucy Buckingham of Millfield. In 2, Maya Hall, Northumberland and Durham Performance. In 3, Eloise Rathbone-Jones, City of Cardiff. In 4, it's Chloe Bounds, Mount Kelly. In 5, Holly Widows, Mount Kelly. In 6, Emily Smith, Tonbridge. In 7, Kate Cotter, Chelmsford City. In 8, Madison Johnson, Rotherham Metro. In lane 9, Maisie Guilford, University of Bath. At the first turn, it's Widows that leads the way on the after the butterfly from Johnson, from Rathbone-Jones. There you can see Widows in lane 5. As we pan out to check on the progress of the backstroke leg, it is still Widows in the lead, but Rathbone-Jones moving through the field on this backstroke. But Widows turns first on the back breast turn, 105.63. Rathbone-Jones 106.78, and Lucy Buckingham of Millfield in lane 1 turns in 3rd position. Now we watch the breaststroke. Going well. Holly Widows still leads the way in lane 5. Going well through the field, 1 lane up from her, Emily Smith of Tonbridge on this breaststroke leg. And it does look like Rathbone-Jones has eaten up some ground on that breaststroke. Her split there, 40.98. Maya Hall with an impressive 39.41 to turn in 4th. So it was Rathbone-Jones from Widows, from Buckingham, from Maya Hall. And there is Rathbone-Jones leading down the freestyle as Widows tries to get back on level terms. It looks like that middle 100 was enough for Eloise Rathbone-Jones to take that one out for City of Cardiff, get the touch in this heat number 9. There are your official results of heat number 9. There is your start list for heat 10. In lane 0, it's Morgan Brand of Rugby. In 1, Susie McNair, Stirling Swimming. In 2, Amelia Monaghan, City of Sheffield Swim Squad. In 3, Lara Thompson, City of Leeds. In 4, Holly Robinson, Repton. In 5, Ailsa MacDonald, Edinburgh University. In 6, Shola Robinson, City of Sheffield. In 7, Holly Marshall of Repton. In 8, it's Ella Bainbridge of Mount Kelly. And in lane 9, Katie Lee, City of Salford. Leading the way after Butterfly, it's Robinson, City of Sheffield. She scratched the breaststroke earlier today. One can assume to focus on this event. She leads down this backstroke for now, but going well in lane number 1, Susie McNair. Stirling Swimming coming level with Robinson. Shola Robinson, that is. 2 Robinsons in this one. And Shola Robinson turns first. 105.59, 6 100ths ahead of Susie McNair there, with Amelia Mon, the other Sheffield swimmer, in 3rd position at the halfway point. But now we see some of the breaststrokers making their way through. A lot of these athletes already swum today. As the field starts to close up, going well in lane number 5, Ailsa MacDonald of Edinburgh University. She's come up onto the shoulder of Shola Robinson, and they will touch together. 146.76 for MacDonald, 146.96 for Robinson as we head down the freestyle length. Lane number 4, Holly Robinson looking to try and get back on level terms. Also going well in 2, it is Monaghan. But now it does look like Shola Robinson is edging her way into the lead, about half a body length she will take into this wall. As we lose the graphic again, but don't worry. Robinson went 2:19.94. Joint second, Holly Robinson and Elsa McDonald, 2:20.58. Holly Marshall of Repton, 2:21.36. 2 Robinsons, 2 Hollies in that. There are your official results of heat number 10. And your start list for heat number 11. In lane 0, it's Henrietta Damassa of Repton. In 1, Sky Carter, Basildon and Phoenix. In 2, Matilda Bogle, Team Ipswich. In 3, Abigail Miles, City of Sheffield. In 4, Scarlett Major, Swansea University. In 5, Evie Dilly of Millfield. In 6, Louise Jones, the Royal Wolverhampton School. In 7, Matilda Ransom, City of Cambridge. In 8, it's Annalise Banyan, City of Cardiff. And in 9, it's Abby Roscoe of Wirral Metro. Turning first, Evie Dilly of Millfield in lane 5, ahead of Jones in 6, and Bogle in 2. 2 green hats there in 4 and 5. Major in 4 for Swansea University, and Dilly in 5 for Millfield. And it is the Millfield swimmer that currently heads the field. Major having a good backstroke leg here as they come into the wall together. 105.02 for Major, 105.05 for Dilly. 3/100 separating those two, and then Bogle in 3rd at the halfway point. Here come the breaststrokers. The breaststroke, as we said, can often make or break a 200 meter individual medley. Going well, 1 lane up from those 2 green hats is Jones of Royal Wolverhampton School. And going ahead now in lane number 4, Scarlett Major of Swansea University, the 20-year-old, touches onto the freestyle in 1st position, 146.61. 41.59 split for her breaststroke. Abigail Miles had a good breaststroke, 40.76 for her. It does look like Major, with 15 meters to go, will take this heat, but there's a race on behind for the other positions. Coming back strongly, it is Evie Dilly. She recovers from that breaststroke leg, 2:21.77 for the 2nd place touch. And Louise Jones getting the 3rd place touch. As we wait for those results to be confirmed, there is your heat winner, Scarlett Major. And there are your official results of heat number 11. That was our penultimate heat as we moved. So we move now on to our final heat of this women's 200 meters individual medley. Here is your start list, your start list for heat number 12. In lane 0, it's Eleanor Broughton for Repton. In 1, Kate Morris of Nova Centurion. In 2, Annabelle Wilkinson, City of Sheffield. In 3, Beatrice Varley, Plymouth Leander. In 4, Leah Schlossen, the City of Leeds. In 5, Rebecca Sutton, Swansea University. In lane 6, Anna Farrow, City of Leicester. In 7, Beth Hall, Mount Kelly. In 8, it's Sophie King of Woking. And in lane 9, Lacey Roberts of Plymouth Leander. Leading after the fly, it's Hall in lane 7 for Mount Kelly, from Sutton in 5 for Swansea, and Farrow for Leicester in 6. You see, going well there. That is Hall on the backstroke. You start to bunch up. They're coming through in the centre lanes. Schlossen, that yellow hat of Leeds, in lane 4, 1 lane up. From her is Sutton of Swansea, but Varley of Plymouth Leander, 1 lane closest to us in that silver hat, going very well as well. And it is Varley that leads at the halfway point from Hall, from Sutton. As we move on to that breaststroke, expect Schlossen there to make a move to look. She's looking good down this breaststroke. As she forges ahead and leads the way in that spearhead. Also going very well is Beth Hall of Mount Kelly. It will be Schlossen that leads the way into the final 50, a 38.92. 50 split there for that breaststroke. The only swimmer under 40 seconds. Going well now down this final 50. It is Beatrice Varley of Plymouth Leander on the freestyle. As we see, almost a perfect spearhead there into the wall. And it will be Schlossen that takes that one, 2:18.05. The fast finish from Varley for second place touch, and Rebecca Sutton touching the wall in 3rd. Now we will wait for those results. And whilst that is the final event on the programme of this first heat session, don't go anywhere because we do have a swim-off in the men's 50 metres breaststroke. So here are the official results for heat number 12. Unfortunately, there was a disqualification. Lacey Roberts of Plymouth Leander. They are your official results. So we now move back to the opposite end of the pool for the men's 50 metres breaststroke swim-off in the 19 and over category. Jack Blair of Chesterfield will go in lane 4, and Rowan Smith of Skipton will go in lane 5. They both went 29.09 in the heats this morning. Let's see what they can do here. Slightly better start there coming from lane 5, Smith. Now that they are up and into the stroke, very little to choose between them, as you would expect. As we go through the 25 metre mark, it does look like Rowan Smith at the moment has the higher stroke rate. He does have the advantage. Smith, well, his stroke is starting to shorten, but he has done enough. He will take this one, 28.98 for him, 29.18 for Jack Blair. As we saw in yesterday's swim-off, the winner going slightly quicker than they did in the heat swim itself. So it will be, once those results are confirmed, if those results are confirmed, and there they are now official, and it will be Rowan Smith who progresses. That swim-off for 10th place, so that is that last lane in the final, which will see Jack Blair as a first reserve. So that was a busy morning of action, a long morning of action. That was heat session 1 for today. We do have another heat session coming up for you at 1 o'clock. That will be the 800 metres for women. So please join us then. Thank you very much for sticking with us. we've set ourselves up for an exciting evening of finals. We'll see you back here at 1 o'clock. Thank you very much.
Feeling that cost of living crunch? Labara are here to help.
All I want is great customer service and network, but for less.
That's why Labara gives you 15 gigabytes of 5G data and unlimited UK minutes and text for just £10 a month. Plus, no contract, change or cancel anytime.
An excellent customer service.
So what's stopping you joining the bill-busting revolution? Labara. More for less.
Half the town screaming out in vain, the other half is fake, but everybody's singing along. It's okay, we'll all soon be gone. Hey!